to look at this bill, read it carefully, look at the experts' analysis, and say, no, this is a terrible bill. I will not vote for this bill.
Protests were planned outside of the local offices of other members of Georgia's congressional delegation today. We reached out to Congressman Loudermilk's office for comment, but haven't heard back. In Woodstock, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
85 degrees in Atlanta. Scattered downpours around the metro area this afternoon. Showers and storms could produce flooding through this evening. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. An immigration judge grants bond today for the Hispanic journalist in ICE custody in Georgia.
At a bail hearing in the case of ICE-detained Hispanic journalist Mario Guevara, government prosecutors acknowledged Guevara was not breaking any laws at the time he was arrested covering a protest in DeKalb County. His lawyer successfully argued that the Salvadoran, who's been in America more than 20 years, poses no risk to the community and should be free while his immigration process continues. A judge granted $7,500 bond. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
WSB News about your money. The Public Service Commission votes to freeze rates for Georgia Power customers today, but not everyone is thrilled about it.
Touted as relief for Georgians weary of rate hikes in recent years, the Public Service Commission's vote to freeze rates through 2027 was unanimous.
All in favor, say aye.
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 But Patty Durand with Georgians for Affordable Energy says it's just smoke and mirrors.
There is a state law that says the commission must set rates that are just and reasonable, but there's nothing just or reasonable about the unusually high profits this commission grants Georgia Power.
She says this sidesteps a scheduled review this fall that should have resulted in a sharp decrease in rates for customers. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Brookhaven police arrest a Riverdale teen for the murder of a 16-year-old last month near a McDonald's on Claremont Road. The suspect arrested following an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers.
That led to the identification and subsequent arrest of Enrique Mendoza, who's age 18, out of Riverdale.
Lieutenant Carlos Nino says Mendoza faces murder and other charges. The investigation continues. 2 others seen in the video could also face charges. A Metro Atlanta serial bank robber known for carrying a Pringles potato chip can is sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. 28-year-old Kyrie Brown of Dallas was sentenced for robbing one bank and trying to rob 3 others during a crime spree in November of 2023. It is 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
And we got some trouble in Norcrossville. It's a crash on the dry pavement for now. 85 southbound just below Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. It's in the HOT lane. You're already slowing back toward Indian Trail. Northbound on and off the brakes the whole way from 285. Trying to get up to Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103, where they still had the construction barrels in the right lane. 285 eastbound, the outer loop on the southeast leg of the perimeter. They just cleared up a stall right around Flat Shoals, exit 48, so delays should start to improve there. And it is a slow ride still into Buckhead out of Sandy Springs, on and off the brakes. 400 southbound from Glen Ridge down to right lane construction before Lennox Road. You jam up south of there into Midtown and downtown from the 85-400 merge. Already slow all the way down to I-20, and it's getting a little bit of rain south of I-20, so look out for that. Northbound on the brakes, University Avenue up toward Peachtree Pine Street. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Mostly cloudy today with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some may produce torrential downpours. Today's high is 87. Heavy rain for tonight. Lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, drying out with partly cloudy skies. High 89.
And Storm Tracker radar shows some of those scattered downpours right now around the metro area. 88 in Brookhaven and Douglasville, 92 in Conyers. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Hold up, Eric. I'm trying to put this new Trump fragrance in my cart real quick. I'm pushing the show back a little bit.
It's only about $300 or something. So
yeah, but there's 2 different choices here. There's
45, 47, and Win-win-win or something
Yeah, I'm
like
seeing the
If you
win-win-win.
buy two, you get to save $100.
Oh, you got a deal there.
Pretty good deal, if you ask me. I mean, it's wonderful smelling.
I might pick up one for the wife too. The Victory Trump perfume for women.
$2.49 a bottle.
My goodness. Do those MAGA moms smell good? Huh?
Oh my God, the MAGA moms, they smell so good. Would you like to hear about?
I thought when I saw this story, I thought that this was the first time you were selling Trump fragrances.
We've had them on there for a while.
So you kind of like rebooting here. You kind of bringing in
No,
a couple of new things.
Totally new, brand new smell.
Yeah, what do you
fragrance
got?
or whatever. Trump fragrances are here. They're called Victory 45 and 47 because they're all about winning strength and success for men and women. Okay.
So
get yourself a bottle. Don't forget to get one for the loved one.
Yeah. So what when you say you put the stuff on success? What is that? What success? What do you get?
Turns you into a winner.
Okay, but I mean,
how would you like to be a winner?
I would love to be a
if
winner.
If you're already a winner, it'll just continue the streak of winning.
I see. So you don't.
Let me tell you about 47 for men.
Okay, 47 for men. So there's 47.
Right.
There's 45.
Well, it's 45, 47.
45, 47.
Right.
Okay. This is for men.
This is for the men, right? Yeah. It blends rich masculine notes with a refined, lasting finish. For men who lead with strength, confidence, and purpose, this is more than a cologne. It's a celebration of resilience and success.
Those are a lot of things that don't describe smell.
Oh, no. You've never had it. No. This is what comes to your life when you're wearing this.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's a lifestyle choice.
It is an Oriental Fougage.
Uh-huh.
Oriental Fougage with top notes of mint, citrus, cucumber, and basil.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, it's a fresh
Middle,
summer cologne.
Well, I'm not done. Middle notes of cedar, green notes, and spicy notes based on notes of vetiver, leather. I don't know how to say these stupid words. And
you
wood.
create these in the basement? As you did,
I'm down in the basement.
Did you tear down Obama's brewery or something?
No. I have, Taft's tub. I just mix it up in there, throw a little crap in, throw a little.
Wow.
But that's not it. Victory 47 Trump perfume for women captures confidence, beauty, and unstoppable determination. A sophisticated, subtly feminine scent that's your go-to signature for any occasion.
Wow.
Does Melania wear it?
Oh, no. We don't wear this crap.
No.
This is,
I would, but I don't. I am allergic.
She has taste. No. She has taste. Frankly, she has taste. I mean,
so you guys are wealthy. You don't.
Yeah, rich people. These aren't for rich people. These are for upper middle class and suckers. Because it comes in a beautiful gold. Well, they are. I mean, who buys this crap? you bought my sneakers, right? Well, then you're dumb enough you can buy this crap.
There always does seem to be something that you could. I guess emoluments doesn't cover. I don't know. I remember, didn't Kellyanne Conway for 2 seconds pitch something once, and they almost opened an investigation on her?
She's not the president.
But can the president? I guess
It's probably run by his kids.
I guess you're allowed to put something out there as a product. You're just not allowed to receive something as a gift from a foreign leader.
You don't remember Bill Clinton's delicious, wonderful fragrance?
No, Trailer Park Trash.
It was called Hay Bale Skank. But he didn't have a rich golden. Look at this rich golden statue of Trump.
Obviously. Yeah, there's a.
That's how you know it's official.
Well, it looks just like my body.
And when,
Look at that.
It sure does. Very lean.
So lean and
fit.
svelte.
You got a six
how
pack.
much does he say he weighs? Like 190?
112.
I gotta say.
180.
I gotta say, when I see things like this, I simply cannot understand people who just because if people are going to buy this with a statue of you and $249 for a fragrance, it makes me wonder, like you, about these people who claim that. MAGA is anyway a cult of personality. I mean,
I don't know why you would think that.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
But
But listen,
people just want to be nearer to their favorite person.
Well, I mean, people bought the Obama toothbrush.
they did. It was beautiful.
You know, the Obama shoehorn.
Absolutely. Those were very practical.
Yeah.
It's the best shoehorn you can get. It's made right here in the United States.
Hey, by the way,
Can't bend over.
not to divert, and I don't have the audio from this, but Michelle is still
She's still
going
bitching.
after Obama.
Did you hear what she said about having a son?
Yeah, she said she was so glad that she didn't have a son because that poor kid would be like his father.
Dang.
Oh, you're just like.
What do you mean, a successful leader of the
mean,
free
he was-
world for 8 years?
There have only been now 45, if you put them all together, the actual individuals, there have only been 45 human beings who've ever been elected president of the United States. And she considers her husband, who was one of them, to be some kind of a loser that you would never. I mean, that is really something. Do you,
Wouldn't it
George,
be cool
you
if
have
they
it?
got
Or-
together? She and George W. Bush hook up.
The people say that they're
They
good
love
friends.
each other so much.
Do you have it? There,
You
George?
should have threw a boy in the mix.
I would. I'm so glad I didn't have a boy.
Yeah.
Because he would have been a Barack Obama.
It's like baby Barack. It would have been amazing.
Ooh, no, I would have felt for him.
Wow.
It's about what he.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's not too bad.
I
Mama.
would
She's
have
joking.
felt for. I know she's joking, but it's like a kind of building up. I don't know.
She
I don't,
is always like essing on him a
yeah.
little bit.
I
He
don't.
doesn't do that to her.
I don't have the stamina to actually listen to a full podcast of
You haven't?
this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so maybe once you throw in context, it's like, oh, she's trashing everybody. But I don't know. But he does seem to come up. Like, let's put it this way. My guess is their marriage has seen better days. You know, once
That's
the kids
safe.
grow up and move out, it's a new thing.
Yeah,
it really
yeah.
is.
Maybe they're still finding their feet,
Yeah.
right, with each other alone instead of.
My daughter won't
kids
use her
distract
last
them.
name.
Yeah, and your daughter is dropping her last name. This I love because I think she wants to be in film.
That's smart.
Yeah, but
Kinda,
is it
yeah.
like, yeah, okay, I don't want to be a Nepo baby. Like, who isn't going to know your father's Barack
Exactly.
Obama? And you can change your last name to Johnson. I don't care. No, who is not going to know that? Yeah, like you're on the set for 6 weeks and somebody goes, hey, guess what I just found out?
Yeah, but you already got the job, not because you're an Obama.
Everybody who's doing, who's hiring knows who she is already. They're not going to be fooled.
She's a new Wonder Woman.
Is it Sasha or the other?
It's Malia.
Malia.
So, yeah, I'm Malia Henderson. Like, they don't, come on, they know. They know.
What-
First of all, if
do
you're
we
going
know
to be,
the name that she's using?
I don't know. I just made that up. But
She just dropped Obama. It's going by her middle name, I believe. Her
okay.
middle name becomes her last name.
all right. So I get it, but you can change your name to the first Martian to ever work in the film industry. And when you get into the film industry, you'll still be a Nepo baby. You can't. It's not about the name. It's about the lineage. And you know, some Nepo babies are good. You know, sometimes a child who grows up with a dad for a doctor turns into a good doctor themselves. And that to think that doesn't extend itself out to the entertainment industry. You know, you might hit the ground running. You might understand how important it is to be at every audition, but I mean, things that you would have learned because it's in your family. I mean, the Barrymores, they've been actors since the 1800s. So there's really nothing wrong with it. If, you know, just lean into it. Say, yeah, I've got a famous last name, and that gave me a chance. Probably just gives you a chance. You can't be terrible, right?
She should change her last name to Sheen.
Yeah, exactly. One of those to the fake name.
Right.
Because one of those guys kept the real name.
Yes, Emilio kept the real
Estevez,
name.
yeah.
Charlie changed it.
I'm not going to be Estevez. By the way, I know you.
Jacob Dylan did that too. He picked up his dad's fake name, Dylan, rather than Jacob Zimmerman.
Well, I mean, everybody knows it's Dylan, but I wanted to say this. I know you're busy, but if you order now, you can also still get Fight, the cologne for men and women who fight.
Is that the description? This is for men and women. Is this for both? This is a cologne or is there a female version and a male version? Because when women fight, they smell a little different than men when they fight.
True. They sure do. But this is crafted for those who stand tall. This bold scent delivers rich, robust notes that leave a lasting impression. It's not just a cologne.
Oh, it's not just a cologne. What is it? Is it also
for men who fight and win and never surrender?
I thought maybe it was also like a whipped topping,
or
like
maybe
a dressing.
Something you can add to your HVAC system to
to
keep
make
it
the
cool.
house smell like
Ooh.
Trump.
What does that smell like? Yeah, what
Why
does
don't
that smell like?
You need to get Trump air fresheners.
Oh my God! Like the little pine trees.
Yeah,
Except it's my head.
It's your,
It would be like your comb over. It'd
There
be
you
like
go,
the
over the top.
I don't know
of
what
hair.
comb over.
What,
I don't, I don't
what
have
is
a
she
Oh, I mean
talking
your
about?
head. Your hair. That's
I
what I
have
meant.
beautiful, luxurious
Did you mean
hair,
his
but
beautiful hair? His
You're
beautiful-
onto
Yes.
something, though. These would be great. You could put them in a truck stop, and every one of those idiots would just give me 6 of them. So much to sell. Look, we're going to have the alligator Alcatraz scent. It's going to be beautiful.
Alligator Alcatraz. That's a big
swamp and winning.
A lot of Trump's stories. The big beautiful bill. Yes, that's right. That's what it's officially called because we live in cartoon land. The big beautiful bill
It
passed 51-50, which means J.D. Vance had to break the
Who
tie.
didn't vote for it?
Well, you got your Tom Tillis.
Mel Tillis.
And you got your
Rand Paul didn't vote for it, and also
one more?
Murkowski, I believe, did
Did
not
what?
vote for
Well,
it.
let's find out, George. Let's not put it
Susan
false.
Collins.
I don't put false or fake information out there, huh?
Susan Collins.
Susan Collins.
Murkowski got
kind of the same thing. They're on the left and the right of the top of the country.
And
Murkowski's in Alaska, and Collins is in Maine.
Can I say one thing about this bill?
Yeah, the big beautiful bill?
Yes. If you go to gettrumpfragrances.com right now, you get a free bottle of the Big Beautiful body spray. It's for plus-size people.
Okay.
Cover up those lingering odors you
Okay.
can't quite get rid of.
Especially in the summertime.
Oh, God, you sweat.
Yeah,
and
the
the
folds.
boob sweat.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You're just trying to help people out.
Spray it under there.
Does this man ever not think of his constituents? I mean,
love
sure,
it.
you got to pay, but I mean, there are products. How much is the Big Beautiful body spray?
Well, it's free if you order, the other
What if I
crap.
get it a la carte? What if
a la carte, $100.
Do I need to call within 10 minutes?
Call within 10 minutes. The operators in China are standing by. I'm sorry, India.
Got the ShamWow guy out there pitching.
Oh,
for it.
wouldn't that be awesome?
Fantastic.
I wish Billy Mays hadn't died. He could have done it. For me.
He'd be perfect for it.
He'd be great. All right, I'll shut up now.
No. It's I think it's fantastic. You're trying to make the country make America smell great again.
That's right.
That's what you're doing. I completely salute it.
I can't make them bathe again, so they might as well smell it.
So now the big beautiful bill gets through the Senate. Now it has to go back to the House. And I saw Lindsey Graham up there earlier saying that he doesn't know if it'll pass the House.
Freedom Caucus is already indicating they're not happy.
Well, it cut everything out of it. Anybody want it, so it's not going to pass.
So I guess what they're upset about, I asked AI. HUD cuts, housing and urban development cuts, Medicaid and health care provisions, public land sales for housing development, economic and social implications. That's not a policy. Thanks, AI. It's more of a genre or a generalized category. So my guess is that they will figure this out and he'll get it by July 4th. I just don't think you're going to have more House members messing with Trump. I think at this point, if you're the average House member, you'd rather stare down angry constituents than have your name mixed up in the Truth Social Post and you're the biggest idiot who ever lived and blah blah blah.
The MTG's going to vote for this bill.
I mean,
the way
Thomas
it is?
Massey is a real human being and a really great politician. He can handle it. Most of these people can't. Yeah, what do you say?
Well, I figured Thomas Massey would definitely vote no. But what about like the Marjorie Taylor Greens who were unhappy about the AI rules?
How's she leaning, George Clark? Can you look it up?
I believe she said she's not going to vote for it. I'm
not doing it.
You're not. Well, you're not going to vote for it. Well, it doesn't mean he can't get your vote. You know, he may give
Primary.
some sort of. It might subsidize some carpet sales from Dalton or something.
I mean,
give
the
you a little
people
something.
that I represent would appreciate that, but I'm sick of him.
Don't. Are you turning on Trump,
I'm
Marjorie
sick of
Taylor
it.
Greene?
He said a lot of things, and now look at him doing something different.
Well, I could find somebody in the woods to challenge you in the primary and be very victorious.
In the woods.
I don't know.
What is that supposed to mean?
Some
You're talking
hillbilly.
to me.
Some hillbilly who just says MAGA, 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 and then you're
Yeah,
out.
Exactly. Now you hear what he's
Toe
saying
the
about
line.
these hillbillies. Those are country people. That is the salt of the earth.
And by the way, I want to put in here, this is not a good time to go after hillbillies because, they're still trying to deal with this whole Cracker Barrel situation. They're rebooting their restaurants and they're taking all that old Southern culture stuff off the wall.
I know they're taking the ladders.
What are they doing with it? I mean, what are they going to put up?
Basket made of wicker.
What the ones they put together are, hey, every other fast casual dining has gone to the most boring sort of, crap on the walls, decor. I mean, honestly, to me, the old country stuff and the TGI, that's not my thing. It's too much. It's like you eating at a hoarder's house. But at least...
It's true. It's true.
They got sleds hanging off the
Hoarder's
wall.
house sounds like Huddle House or something.
Hoarder's
like
house.
A breakfast place.
That's right. But yes, you
Kick
can
these
get...
old napkins out of the way and say, have
I
a
cook
seat.
this egg on a hot plate
Hoarder's
next to a
house.
roach.
Yes.
So, it's not really my thing, but at least it does have some personality. If you look at the story that I read, they show one of the restaurants that have been changed. They're doing them slowly, and it's just that bland. Remember how Wendy's used to have a presence, and now Wendy's and McDonald's, and they're all just sort of like concrete brick structures with a little bit of... It's almost as if they're trying not to stand out.
Oh, they're
And
very
it's-
dystopian.
It's just it's just like
Soviet-like.
very Soviet-like. And the inside, you would expect. All I can say about the decor I saw on the walls of the new Cracker Barrels is you would expect them to have what do you call that? Cucumber water at the counter.
Ooh, that's really good.
Okay, but
Spa
it's not
water.
But it's not a Cracker Barrel. It's not a. It's not a Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel, you want that Uncle Herschel's breakfast special. That's what you expect.
The walls say to me, "We have a veggie wrap." Just ask.
Are they going to have all that junk in the front at the store? They're getting rid of the country store.
I think
Where
the
else am I
whole.
going to get my rock candy?
Well, they may still have the. Listen, they're not going to get away from the gift store because they make a bunch of money there. But so I'm saying is, leave the hillbillies alone. They're having a little trouble. Actually, real hillbillies don't go there. It's just people from the suburbs who want to pretend to be.
I can't because the sheriff's after me because of my steal.
That's right. And we make our own corn mush at the house.
That's right. I don't need Uncle Bucky's whatever biscuits. I make
It's
them.
Uncle Herschel. Thank you very
Whatever.
much. My wife
I never knew him.
Tina loves to go to Cracker Barrel. And the last time we went to one just outside of Macon, and they had a pig picking or something like that outside of the town that was going on. Where like some kind of
pig picking. What the hell?
You walk up to the spit and you pick off hunks of the pig. and
next to like a turkey vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you
have
go
to fight the vulture.
So first off, there were a bunch of farmers in town that were selling their pigs, and then the pig picking is where you go and you actually like roast the entire pig out there, and it's like was an event where the entire city bought into it, and there were several pigs that you could go and serve yourself on. But the Cracker Barrel was packed.
Give me that cute one over there.
Give me that one that's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to see the face of the thing I'm eating.
Oh, you saw it.
I'm not
You saw
as,
everything.
even if
I want dibs on the lips.
and then I'm thinking, oh, he was enjoying a nice apple. I don't like to.
You know what you do to respect the pig? You go and take the apple out of its mouth and you eat the apple.
That's right. That's what you do. It's the.
Yeah.
I'm a complete and total hypocrite. I eat these animals, so I just don't like to look at them while they're dead. It doesn't do anything for my
if it's
appetite.
twirling? What if it's twirling? You're okay with that?
Without a head, that's okay because that's the way that you're doing it.
Yeah, but it's on the spit.
Spit twirling.
Yeah.
I think twirling is like vertical.
Well, yeah, he didn't mean like at a fish or a dead show. He meant the other way, like a
pirouetting.
Yeah.
A what?
It's pirouetting.
Pirouetting. Yes.
Pirouette.
So be careful with the rednecks.
Marjorie did 6 hours ago thank Marsha Blackburn for the 10-year AI moratorium on states is dead in the Senate version of the OBBBB.
Yes. So the OBBBB is that what we're calling it? The the beautiful ABBA.
The beautiful ABBA. Remember ABBA?
Wow.
Dancing Queen. Whoa.
She's posted other gripes since then. She's not happy that there's $9.995 billion for Moon to Mars program and bunch of defense spending.
Yeah, can we get rid of that? We're not going to Mars. All right? We're not going to Mars.
We're never going to Mars.
We maybe never. I don't know, 100 years. That was just this.
There's no reason to.
Hey, Space Force hit their recruitment goals, guys. We can get there. We can get to Mars.
Yeah,
We've got the people.
It's not Space Force that's going to get us to Mars. It's SpaceX and NASA. Elon, who's now fighting with the president again, is going to start a new party.
Stupid jerk. We're starting the America Party.
But you weren't born in America.
But I love the country so much that I have to say, we have to save it from all these things that are bad.
Is Trump's talk has been open to the idea of sending Elon back to South Africa?
Oh yeah, he said it twice today.
Is this audio we can barely hear because he's under the?
He's under Marine One the first time. So this is he gets asked about it as he's heading to Alligator Alcatraz down in Florida. This is what he says.
We'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid. Maybe someday a hydrogen. If you have a hydrogen car, there's one problem, it blows up, So I'm going to give that one to Peter. I'm going to let Peter test it out.
I thought somebody asked him if he was willing to deport Elon, and he was like, "Hell, maybe we have to do that."
Then he gets to Alligator Alcatraz, is asked the same question again, and here's what he says.
Musk is ripping into this bill again. Are you concerned that Republicans are going to be swayed by Musk and his money?
No, I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is Doge is going to look at Musk. And if Doge looks at Musk, we're going to save a fortune. Thank you very much, everybody. I don't think you should be playing that game with me. Mr. President, July 9th.
So that's the policy. The only reason that we subsidize electric vehicles is because you liked Musk.
Yeah.
And if anything happens in that relationship, then we're going to do what I don't think anything should be subsidized, to be honest with you. So I'm all for stop subsidizing things. Have you noticed this? No burger restaurant needs to be subsidized. Have you noticed that? Because it turns out there's a lot of people who actually want to eat burgers.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Window Comfort's exclusive window line is built for Georgia's extreme heat and guaranteed to lower your energy bills. Right now, get buy two, get two free with no payments till 2026. Schedule your no-pressure estimate today at windowcomfort.com.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
The following is a paid commercial announcement. Congress's planned Medicaid budget cuts will deny health care to Georgia families, drive up hospital closures, and cost Georgia jobs. The stakes are too high. Medicaid currently covers 2 million Georgians and almost half of Georgia children. To protect Georgia from harm, Congress must save Medicaid. Visit coveredga.org/cuts to learn more. Paid for by Georgians for a healthy future.
Heavy rain, high winds, huge hail. Yes, Atlanta, we're in storm season. It's Mark Arum here. You might be faced with a roof repair or a replacement. Do not gamble with any contractor, and there are hundreds of roofers with little to no experience. I want you to trust the experts at Dr. Roof. Trusted name in roofing for over 35 years and backed by their industry-leading warranties. Dr. Roof doesn't cut corners. They're the best at protecting your biggest investment. Dr. Roof, done right, guaranteed.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Arum, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. President Trump praising the Senate for passing his big, beautiful bill. He's expecting the House to pass it, too.
It's a great bill. There is something for everyone, and I think it's going to go very nicely in the House. Actually, I think it will be easier in the House than it was in the Senate.
The Senate vote is 50-50 with Vice President Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. Senator John Ossoff says the spending bill will not be good for Georgia.
Whether it's Georgia's economic development, our hospitals and healthcare system, or the Affordable Care Act benefits that help middle-class families afford health insurance premiums, this bill is terrible for our state.
Republicans Rand Paul, Tom Tillis, and Susan Collins voted no with all Democrats. As the big, beautiful bill now moves for a final vote in the U.S. House, protesters demonstrate outside of local congressional offices around Georgia to urge lawmakers to vote no. Barbara says this bill is bad.
It needs to have a lot of changes.
She's one of 24 people outside the office of Congressman Barry Loudermilk's Woodstock office. No comment so far from the congressman. An immigration judge grants bond today for a well-known Spanish-language journalist arrested while covering a protest in DeKalb County last month. It means Mario Guevara will be free as the government seeks to deport the native of El Salvador. He was being held at an ICE detention facility in South Georgia. He was transferred there after his arrest. The charges in DeKalb County were later dropped, although he is still facing driving-related charges in Gwinnett County. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will reopen 7 additional parks at Lake Lanier just in time for the July 4th holiday weekend.
Right in time for 4th of July. It's kind of, we started off this summer, with Memorial Day, and it was a little soggy. But things are looking up, weather-wise and park-wise at Lake Lanier. We're so thrilled.
Lake Lanier Stacy Dixon says all but 2 of the parks around the lake will be accessible for the holiday. Now, this comes after a number of closures recently because of staffing shortages. It is now 3:32, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory through Norcross. Crash in the HOT lane and the far right lane. 85 southbound past Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. You're jammed up back toward Beaver Ruin. You can use Buford Highway, I-85 northbound, and Dorville right at I-285. They're clearing construction from the HOT lane where there's also a crash right next to it in the second left lane. Again, this is 85 north at I-285, exit 95. If you're traveling downtown, construction clearing 400 southbound before Lenox Road, exit 2, but the brake light battle starts south of there, below the 85-400 merge down to I-20 northbound slows University Avenue, up past Peachtree, Pine Street, and better news than DeKalb County, southeast leg of the perimeter. They've just cleared a stalled bus from the left lane, 285 northbound, the outer loop just before I-20, exit 46. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms may produce damaging wind gusts later this afternoon and this evening. Today's high is 87. Heavy rain for tonight, low 71. Tomorrow, the rain moves out, becoming partly cloudy, high 89.
We've got some pockets of heavy rain right now showing up on Storm Tracker radar. It's 89 in Decatur, 87 in Ackworth, and 92 in Sewanee. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Home improvement projects can be a stressful guessing game. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus, the highest level of communication. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. We'll make you comfortable and keep you informed with every step of your project.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus, siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Read an interesting article in Yahoo Entertainment. I don't look at me like that.
I didn't know Yahoo had entertainment.
They are our colleagues. Perhaps.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, we're owned by the same. They're owned by the same people who own us.
Oh, mom and pop.
Unless, yeah, it's
media outlet.
It's an old family from
Midwest. The Yahoos.
Yeah, the Yahoos from the Midwest. But the interesting thing was, and I hadn't thought about this because I don't keep up with new music, but the article was complaining about the fact that it's the first day of July. And as of yet, we have no big summer song. Where's the big summer pop hit that's everybody's talking about? Was last year Brat Girl Summer?
You had Charlie XCX and then Chappell Roan, too. Chappell Roan's Pink Pony Club was
right. Yeah, so we had these big, but here we are, and We don't even have we don't really have a big pop classic. for the summer.
Kendrick Lamar's Luther, that's SZA's on the track, is pretty.
Oh, yeah,
is pretty
that's a
big
good
too.
one.
Yeah, it's great.
We're too worried about, World War III.
Well, that's something you're supposed to go Sugar by Honey Punch.
Let's
Sugar
make our
Pie Honey
own.
Punch.
Let's make our own.
Maybe we should do like a.
We have the
a
AI resources.
Yeah,
we could
why don't
write
you?
it
You
all
know
out.
what? Okay, put like somewhere between a style like between 1967 and 1974. Not floor. 1974 was
was a good year.
that. Well, I know, but then it was over.
We can't do the 80s?
No, because what I want
Because
when I'm
you're old?
Yes. What I'm looking for
Boomer
is
hits.
like Sly and the Family Stone in the 60s, like summertime in the city, like something like that. Summer.
You mean like Hot Town, Summer in the City?
Well, no, more like more
Hot Fun in
more
the summertime.
pop.
Okay.
Yeah, more pop.
Okay.
What kind of music would you classify? Because it's not soul music.
Well, it became soul music. Call it pop soul.
Pop soul.
That ought to give it some good direction.
And Autumn can come up with some lyrics. She's a good lyricist.
I would love that.
Is she? Well, okay. I need
Jared.
to have
How
them.
dare you?
I
Yes.
don't know. I didn't pick
Yes,
up your
you
last.
do.
I didn't pick up your last album. I have to admit. right
Well,
now.
Are we going to keep it local?
Huh?
Are we going to keep it local?
No.
Atlanta,
I
or
want
just
to know
the hot hit of the summer.
The nation needs a hot summer hit, and we're here to deliver.
We need people in Eugene, Oregon, to relate as much with this song as people here in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right.
I hate ice. I hate ice.
I want
my
ice
ice
in my
crush.
drink,
But
but
the-
not ice.
Yeah,
in
no.
my
It's not going to be
door.
political. It's not going to be, hey, we love or hate the socialist in New York City. None of that nonsense. It's hot outside. Girls are still sexy.
Oh,
and,
wearing less.
Yeah, wearing less. Well, there you go. You're the lyricist. You're
All
the
right, I'm
lyricist.
ready.
I'm not ordering up some sort of erotic song.
Now, if you
wearing
want
less.
if you want a real hit, we're going to have to do Bro Country.
Yeah,
No.
No.
I'm just saying.
We're not doing Bro Country.
No, there are fun songs that exist before Bro Country
We're
that
bringing-
represent summertime.
We're bringing back.
We're bringing back a particular sound that people don't know that they need.
All right.
I don't know, Tim might be right. I'm looking at the Billboard charts right now. 3 of the top 5 are Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
because everybody's dumb.
Everybody's stupid.
What
I don't know
I
what to
want is
say.
probably-
How can there be 3 by Morgan Wallen?
Tate McRae and Morgan Wallen's "What I Want" has to be number
That's
one.
number
right?
2. I've
Number
never
2.
heard of the song or the artist in number 1. Ordinary, Alex Warren.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
I don't know. Maybe they are. What are you going to go after? You never even heard them.
I said there because I don't know what
Yeah.
how they identify. That's cool, right? I get something for that.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yeah, you do. You
sure do,
You get a
Tim.
few progressive points for that. You absolutely do.
Hey, at one point the Beatles had the top 5 singles all in a row in the top 10.
Yeah. That's apples and oranges. That's not Morgan Wallen. And,
Morgan's new
and
album.
today I'm featuring another bro country dude.
He threw in that album that came out, I guess about 3-4 weeks ago. It's 27 tracks too, so it makes sense
Oh,
that he would
God.
have so many.
Not
on the
enough.
top. But they're all like 2 minutes
Boy,
long.
Any chance you get to 27 and think to yourself, man, I wish there was a 28? Well, I guess I'm just going to have to wait. Patience is a
There
virtue.
are lots of young women in their 20s that can't wait for that 28 song.
Well,
I'm dumb.
as if I didn't have much respect for the youth of America to begin with.
You know
I
what
can't-
is a good
Yes.
album to listen to in the summertime is the Boogie Nights soundtrack.
I have never listened to the Boogie Nights soundtrack.
Oh, it's great.
So is it 70s?
It's all disco.
Obviously.
It's all disco.
There's a little bit of
It's not
80s
all
in there
disco.
because the
Most
movie
of it.
movie straddles the 70s.
Yeah.
and
God,
80s.
it has the Beach Boys.
What, Kokomo?
God only knows.
God only knows.
Oh, well, that's from the 60s. Doesn't make any sense at all.
it's
I'm
not all
confused.
disco. Just don't listen to Tim. He's wrong.
Well, a lot of it is disco.
Okay.
No, it's not.
All right, listen.
Brand
you-
new key.
I can't tell you how uninteresting
That's a
listening
great
to
scene.
you two argue over the soundtrack to Boogie Nights
All right, we'll keep
on the
going then.
radio.
Sister Christian is on it.
Who wants to actually listen to Sister Christian? Is it great in the
Oh.
movie, in that scene? Absolutely. But who actually wants to sit down and listen to Sister Christian more than once a year?
Only if there's a little kid throwing firecrackers around the room.
Right. It's great for the scene.
Yes.
Iconic, wonderful. I can't believe Quentin Tarantino didn't direct this scene. Kind of scene.
Now I want to hear the song.
You don't know the song?
I don't think
You've never
so.
seen Boogie Nights?
Sister
Motorin'.
Christian, know the time has come.
How have you not seen Boogie Nights? Even I've seen Boogie Nights more than once.
I never had the opportunity to see it. Is it what
That's
streamer is
great.
it on?
I don't know. It's a
Pornhub.
It's a famous movie. It's a famous movie. It's not like some
Yeah, you'll
niche
find it.
movie. It was huge.
Let me see.
Mark Wahlberg.
But fake.
Yeah, the very end scene is quite interesting.
Don't ruin it.
I just said it was
Warren.
interesting.
Oh,
Burt
it's not a
Reynolds is
twist.
fantastic. I think did Burt Reynolds win? He won an Academy Award.
No,
for it,
he
didn't
got ripped off. They gave it
There's
to.
a scene at the very end without any words. It's some of the best acting I've seen Burt Reynolds. It's the very end of the movie. He's just walking through the house.
Yes. It's all one
he's
cut,
just like
too.
he's just walking through the house out, and it's so fantastic. And my understanding is Burt Reynolds was embarrassed doing the movie until the
He
movie
didn't wanna
came
do
out.
it.
Yeah, and it got so big, and then he got nominated for an Academy Award.
Then he got to do that hockey movie.
Well, good for him. Do you know this is a good time when talking about Burt Reynolds is to bring up a movie that people just haven't seen. I believe it's called The Last Movie Star.
That movie is so good.
It is an absolute gift.
Sad.
It is a gift to people who love movies. And basically, Burt Reynolds is playing a dying Burt Reynolds. And it is fantastic. And I think he died within a year or
It's the
so
most
after it
tragic
came out.
thing I've ever seen.
I know. Orson Welles loved Burt Reynolds.
But I also like Boogie Nights and Sharky's Machine.
You never saw Boogie Nights.
I did so.
Well, from heaven.
They have a blockbuster in heaven.
They're a little behind the times.
So there's two now. There's one in Alaska and one in heaven.
Heaven, yes.
Okay, all right.
It's a very fantastic movie, and don't you ever knock him.
No, he loved Burt Reynolds. That's nothing like hearing Orson Welles talk about what a great thespian.
Paternity is one of the best films. Underrated. Hooper. We've talked about that ad nauseum.
Yes. Speaking of movies, one of our very own has seen the Jurassic Park movie, and that's Jared Yamamoto.
Sure did, and
Lucky.
let's just put it this way: avoid it. It
Whoa!
was not good. Not good.
My goodness.
4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Yeah, if you're looking for
that
like
would make
10,
the last 3. If you're right, that would make the last 3 stinkers, right?
Yeah, this one, it just felt rushed throughout it. Number one, the thing that annoys me the most about film is when there's clear product placement. This doesn't ruin anything in the film at all.
Yeah.
But there is a
There's lot
clear
of Fritos, Pepsi.
to open the show, there is a clear Snickers ad right in the very beginning of the show. It's like, we got it. Okay, the Snickers bar.
You were trying not to give anything away, but I'm putting together that the Snickers is the Barbasol of this movie.
Okay.
You see how hard it is not to ruin things?
And
I have never seen one single Jurassic Park movie end to end.
It does have
Maybe I'm just brilliant. Can we stop for a moment and just talk about
No, that's ridiculous. You should have seen at least the first one.
No, but the fact that I sussed that out without having
Oh.
seen any of them.
It's similar to the Barbasol
Hold on.
moment.
I
but-
think Autumn was going to praise me a little bit.
Oh,
I
that's
wanna
right.
make sure I
Autumn
don't want to
praised
cut
him.
that
Wow,
off.
so great. I
Uh-huh.
can't believe you figured it out.
Boy, and the sincerity, it's overwhelming. to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
Oh, is that our vending machine? Thank you.
Thank you.
Autumn sounded like that.
Comes from the heart. Comes from the heart.
Oh, God, it's so warm.
So let's, without ruining it. So it just did it just go nowhere for you? Why didn't it work for Jared Yamamoto? You're willing. You walked in with low expectations.
I walked in with low expectations, and they had the potential to really, really develop a couple of the characters. You're following 8 characters throughout it, which is hard.
Too many.
By too many characters to follow, so you don't really.
Are a couple of them kids?
Yeah.
Who
And
cares?
you
They're
don't-
not going to die.
So you don't really get invested in their storyline that much. There's obviously some ridiculous scenes throughout it where it's like, how in the world could a dinosaur bite through a raft, but then a raft ends up being able to survive it,
Now I
and
know there's a raft.
people are able to.
Now I know there's a raft. Spoiler alert! There's a raft.
No spoiler.
There's a raft.
The
and they find the Snickers bar in the water.
And then it turns.
Don't spoil.
Morphs into a brontosaurus.
Oh, God.
And then there's this is the thing that just killed me though, was the political messaging. in it.
Oh,
and
boy.
I Jurassic Park.
Has this been in the pipeline for a few years? Because it's like
I-
anything from like 2 years ago has still got that stuff in it.
I imagine they must have thought that Biden or Kamala Harris was going to win again, because some of the messaging was just like, well, there's a big climate change undertone to
Yeah,
it.
that's
There
why
was
these
also-
dinosaurs. That's the problem. The climate change.
And universal health care for all.
What?
About how like the
What?
one greedy organization
Uh-huh.
wants to hold on to this specific thing they
Yeah.
need, and one character it has
Yeah,
to be
see,
swayed.
that's the problem. Not the fact that some idiots decided for the 17th time to create a park with dinosaurs. and this time, people, how do you get past that? How do you get even to the sequel? Because I don't even know what the sequel is, but how do you even get past the idea that, no, everyone from every nation in the world stood up and said, no, you can't open another park with dinosaurs? How do they get past that?
They actually did a good job. If there's one bright spot in the film, which makes it a 4 and
Stop
not a 3.
calling it a film.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
It's a ride. It really is a ride. It's,
Yeah.
if you want to take your kids to an action movie and occupy some time, it's great for that.
Leave them in there. Go and
you go watch.
There's
a good,
AC.
You go watch a good movie while
let
while
them
they
ruin
enjoy
it for
that.
everybody else because you know how to raise your kids.
They do explain though, and I thought they did a good job of this of why the dinosaurs are isolated to one spot and why they haven't spread more. Because in the other dinosaur movies, in the other Jurassic Park movies,
I saw
they're
one
on
that was
other
like
islands.
I saw a scene where like rampaging through Los Angeles or something.
Yeah, so
San
like
Diego.
San
Diego.
They explain why they're contained still to this one area. They did a good job of that. I did like.
No one could tell me why anybody in the world would allow there to be a second park opened after the first movie.
It's because they're looking for something, and it becomes a challenge between the
Oh, it's
political
well
messaging of greed
Yeah.
or for the goodness of all.
Oh, I'll
without
bet you.
spoiling anything.
Oh, okay. Well, my guess is in the movie the greedy people lost, but in real life the greedy people always win.
When news breaks in Georgia.
A meteor traveling at a speed of 30,000 miles an hour.
Across the U.S.
They're probably going to have to decide the issue of birthright citizenship.
And around the world.
Israel claims Iran fired missiles after the truce began.
We've got it covered.
I had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house.
It's not a partisan issue. Democratic presidents don't like these things either.
There are conflicting assessments about just how badly damaged these facilities are.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Bicycles, pool toys, sports equipment, all this stuff is moving in and out of your garage all summer long. Ugh, your poor door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. With all this summer abuse, your garage door system has a lot that could need repair. Springs, cables, tracks, even the opener. All Four Seasons services all major brands 24/7. Our products are warranted, our work is guaranteed. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Since we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see and hear lots of lawyer ads. It seems that most are bragging on what they got their clients. But be careful. If you heard that someone sold their car for $500,000, you would be impressed. But if you later learned that it was a rare $10 million Ferrari, would you say that person got screwed? And that's before you even know if it's true. Who is fact-checking? And how much went to medical bills and lawyers' fees? If you want to get an idea what your case may be really worth, visit forthepeople.com and go to Settlements and Verdicts. You will see what a law firm like ours is capable of, and fact check for yourself. All that glitters is not gold. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won big, a lot. At Morgan & Morgan, we represent consumers. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Well, I guess we really are at the end of the egg crisis because Waffle House has dropped their 50-cent surcharge.
Thank goodness.
You are welcome.
Oh.
You know, that's the way, honestly, real quick, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Something has gone up.
Yeah.
You increase the price a little bit, and then when it's not, you put it back down. The grocery stores and stuff decided not to do that.
Waffle House, Autumn Fisher salutes you.
Yes.
Except they lie on what the former price of what an all-star special
Well, maybe
was.
they ought to thank me because I'm the one who helped get the price of the eggs to come down.
What did you do exactly?
It all comes down
we
to
cracked the problem.
You cracked. Oh, now you're doing.
We scrambled. We cracked
job.
it. We did an excellent job. That's right.
Anything else from you? Just solving problems here?
Solving problems. I mean, Biden screwed it all up. I fixed it.
One egg at a time.
One egg at a time.
Can you please tell them, because on their pricing, when you look
I'm
at
not going to talk to Waffle House.
You need
What
to.
do
You
we-
need to talk
What
to
are
their
you going to call? Hello, what?
Hello, Mr. Waffle.
Yeah. You need to tell them that what they do is on all of their food that is listed on their menu, it says it used to be this price, and then it's now this low
All right,
price.
talk to Mom Downey if you want price control.
But in
I'm
reality,
all about solving issues.
they're lying. It was never that high. You're always like, the all-star was never that
Take it
expensive.
up with the Waffle guy.
I think this guy's got something for 60 Minutes to look into.
Yeah. It's a big issue.
They don't do that
Those
anymore.
that go to Waffle House know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, really? What are you, leading a rebellion?
I am.
You're like, hey, you're lying that it used to be $4.
Yeah, I don't quite get your complaint. They're lying that it used to cost this and now it costs that.
Yeah, so what they do is they promote that the price is lower and that it was like, for example, the All-Star Special I think costs like right around like $12 or $13, right?
Yeah.
And they say
That's
it used
All-Star, so
they,
you get paid a lot.
They said it used to cost $15. I'm like, an All-Star Special never cost $15. It never.
Well, how do you know that?
It never did, because I go to Waffle House consistently, and I
Yeah?
remember when an All-Star Special was $5. And
Oh,
it was,
boy.
And then it was like, oh, at the
I
time-
remember when it was a nickel. You remember that too?
I remember when you could go into Denny's and you paid a penny and they fed you all day. And then you went over to Waffle House and had breakfast at night.
Yeah.
But it was never $15. That's the thing I get frustrated
Well,
with.
you
They're
need
lying.
he needs to take this up with Mr. Waffle, right?
I got nothing to do with it.
He's just taking a victory lap for the egg price.
Like I hop.
Yeah, listen, you can always hop to IHOP if you don't like the Waffle House.
I love Waffle House. That's why I'm so upset about it.
Well,
'cause I
no,
don't want-
you're upset with their lies.
Yeah, I don't like the.
The
I don't like
Waffle
the,
House lies. Which we could talk about because Waffle House never really advertises, do they?
I don't think so.
I never see Waffle House commercials.
They don't need to. They're
Yeah,
on
it's
every
not-
exit.
That's right. That's their particular form of advertising
Right.
is you can't turn left or right anywhere without seeing one.
Their social media is fire, though.
Need to sober up?
Fire. Will you stop talking as if you're not 36 years of age?
It is. Their
It's
social media is fire.
It
It really
slaps.
is good. It does. It
To me, I
slaps.
hate
Thank you,
that.
Tim.
It slaps.
No cap.
It is. It's
For
really
real,
good.
for
They
real.
do. They
Well,
do a
which
great
is it?
job.
Does it slap or is it fire or is it no cap?
It's great and it's fire.
Their home fries are bussin'.
Is that a good thing? I don't even
How
know.
dare you?
What?
They don't
Bussin's
have home
good.
fries.
Okay, whatever.
hash browns,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
might as well say that they're pancakes for heaven's sakes.
I love the crayfish.
Their lasagna slaps.
The Huddle House still around? They have like that same
Yeah.
kind of sign.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Hey, we can get you can get pancakes here too.
I saw one at.
They go
It's
the
not
extra
against the
mile.
law.
And French toast.
Against the law.
I saw one in Huntsville, Alabama. That's the last Huddle House I've seen.
Oh, really? There used to be one down in Henry County. Is
I
that gone?
saw one.
I saw.
1947.
Well, we used to actually huddle there when we were.
Huddle up.
It was a bomb shelter.
We were contemplating overthrowing the government of the United States.
We ate
We
pig's
used to
feet
huddle
and
there.
dandelion root.
That's right. We were very idealistic, and we smoked a lot of
They
cigarettes.
didn't lie about their prices either, their former prices.
Boy, imagine a Waffle House in like 1975. Just like you had to walk in there, and it was just all cigarette smoke.
Oh, God. Beautiful.
Such a small place.
Beautiful. I miss those
Hungover,
days.
dying.
Everybody smoked.
Hell, I think it was like that in
You
the
know,
90s.
changing it in France now. You know, France is now becoming leading the European Union in no smoking allowed now in France at beaches.
Yeah. Or while you're driving.
While
Or
you're-
when you're walking your dog.
While you're driving.
Sorry, it's thundering here.
No, it's
so
on the
the
roads.
dog had to bark.
How can you? Well,
I don't know. I
hey,
read
well,
it.
turn that thunder off, Autumn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll mute it.
Get your dog one of those coats that we were talking about.
Yeah.
don't have a coat.
Get a thunder coat. What does the thunder
I do
coat
have
cost?
a weight, so I'll just duct tape it to his back.
No. You know, people go, I can't believe she suggested.
No one thinks I'm
You're
really-
an idiot.
What
Well,
am I,
you,
the Grinch?
You would be surprised.
love our fur babies. How dare she?
The Thunderworks Thunder shirt costs $32 at Petco.
All right. Do I need it?
$32? That's
30
$30 I don't have.
Oh. So what you're saying is if it was for $2, you could afford it.
I've got $2.37 in my checking account.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Ooh, Amazon's got it for $32
Let's
as well.
do.
You need to move to New York City. I hear they're going socialist. Everything's going to be free.
Oh, cool.
If Trump doesn't arrest him.
If Trump doesn't have him arrested for not acting right or whatever he said, he better
Opposing ICE.
Opposing ICE. What do you say? He better act right or something like that if he becomes mayor. What does that mean?
Get in line.
Oh, you got one of these Springsteen songs. You know, he just put out 7 new albums. What? Is everyone aware of that? Springsteen just dropped 7 albums.
All new material?
Well, it's albums that he made and never released over the years.
Bold strategy.
Yeah, I guess
This is a bunch of crap.
you got $300.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, it is happening now. A potentially dangerous situation unfolding in Lithia Springs at this hour. WSB's Steve Summers reports live with what's going on and why it could be a hazard to hundreds in the area.
Yeah, that's right, Bill. This is going on at the Gordon Foods plant at 1500 North River Road. That's where officials tell us there has been an ammonia leak. Douglas County Fire Chief Miles Allen tells me the leak is substantial enough to force employees there to shelter in place, but that's not all.
We also advise homes in that area and businesses in that area to make sure that their windows were closed and their air conditioners were turned off.
That warning going out half a mile in all directions from the plant. A check of Google Maps shows dozens of businesses in that area. There is no word yet what caused this leak, which happened about 1:30 this afternoon, or when the advisories will be lifted. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta. Storms could bring heavy rain continuing into this evening.
Some of these storms may produce damaging wind gusts that could knock down trees and power lines, as well as torrential downpours that could lead to localized flooding.
And we have pockets of heavy rain at this hour. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Now, WSB Money Update. Georgia Power rates are frozen for 3 years after a vote today by the Public Service Commission, but there is mixed reaction.
Commissioner Tim Echols says the rate freeze shows the PSC is responsive to consumer concerns.
Freezing these rates shows that we're listening to ratepayers and we're doing all we can to protect them.
But Patty Duran with Georgians for Affordable Energy says the commission should actually be forcing a drop in rates to reflect industry norms and addressing cutoff rates far above the national average.
There's so much abuse going on at this commission against residential customers. It's unreal. It's very disturbing.
The freeze locks in rates through the end of 2027. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
The Hispanic journalist detained at an ICE facility in South Georgia is granted bond.
It's $7,500 bond for immigrant journalist Mario Guevara, who was picked up by ICE agents the day after he was arrested while live streaming a protest in Chamblee this month. Guevara's attorney successfully argued that the Salvadoran should be free while his immigration case continues, and the judge agreed he poses no risk to the community. Government prosecutors also acknowledged Guevara was not breaking the law at the time of his arrest. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The Senate passes President Trump's big, beautiful bill today. Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
Georgia Senator John Ossoff says this will be bad for many people in Georgia.
Middle-class families in much of Georgia are likely to see multi-$1,000 per year increases in health care costs.
President Trump, though, says the spending bill has something for everyone. The president wants it passed by July 4th. Tips from the public helped lead to the arrest of a suspect accused of killing a 16-year-old in Brookhaven.
We would not have been able to identify the suspect if it wasn't for those tips that came in through Crime Stoppers Atlanta.
Lieutenant Carlos Nino says the arrest of 18-year-old Enrique Mendoza of Riverdale comes days after police release a clear video of 3 suspects. The shooting happened near a McDonald's on Claremont Road last month. Police are trying to determine what role the other 2 individuals seen in the video may have had in that shooting. The city of McDonough is considering a new noise and smoke ordinance. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
Complaints about the levels of noise and secondhand smoke have led to the possibility of ordinances regulating the two. Mayor Sandra Vincent tells WSB the council is just now in the listening stage.
We've got businesses who are saying if we can't have outside patio smoking, then this is going to have a negative impact on our business.
She says they're moving slowly to come to a good decision for all and is not sure both ordinances will be approved. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory through Norcross. Crash still in the HOT lane and the far right lane. 85 southbound past Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. Stacked up back toward Beaver Ruin. You can use Beaufort Highway as an alternate. Northbound is a slow go of it as well from Chamblee Tucker Road as you try to make your way up toward Indian Trail. Had a left lane crash in Sandy Springs, Georgia 400 northbound past Abernathy Road, exit 5. That might have cleared up, just seeing the usual volume as you leave 285 heading up through Sandy Springs. 75 northbound, tapping the brake pedal from North Marietta Parkway up toward Chastain Road in Kennesaw. Some southbound delays as well between Ackworth and Kennesaw. Luckily, no crashes in the way right now. Sydney Darden's got a look at the ride through downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, we're looking for something new that's causing delays. I-75-85 northbound near exit 243 to Langford Parkway. We haven't found it just yet, but you're looking at delays stretching back all the way to University Avenue there at exit 244. Elsewhere, it's also a rough ride through Midtown. You're going to start tapping those brake pedals 75 southbound around exit 252 to Northside Drive. Stay really, really rough riding as you make your way through Midtown until you get to the top of the Grady Curve. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly cloudy today with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some may produce torrential downpours. Today's high is 87. Heavy rain for tonight, lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, drying out with partly cloudy skies, high 89.
And Storm Tracker radar showing some pockets of heavy rain at this hour across the metro. It's 89 in Decatur, 87 in Ackworth, 92 in Swanee. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. By the way, yes, I was the hero. If you're wondering, it was me. I was the hero who cleaned up the dead cockroach finally off of the newsroom floor yesterday.
And then
Bravo.
Everybody, hold on. Autumn, I'll allow you to sing to me. Go ahead, because...
And then a hero cleans the bug.
Mm-hmm.
No one else would go near.
All
and Eric was the man
who got that bug
cleaned
out of here.
up the bug.
So everybody who's applauding me stepped over the cockroach 900 times yesterday and could not figure out anything. What has happened to this country? Everybody, every single time every one of you stepped over the cockroach, you thought, that's somebody else's job.
Well, there is somebody
Not
who has a
mine.
vacuum in the hallway. In
Yeah,
the
but they
evening.
get here at 8 o'clock at night. You're just going to, if somebody...
Well, it'll get cleaned up eventually.
If somebody has diarrhea, big sudden outburst, she's going to, hey, if that happens at noon, it's like, well, I'll just have to be there
Well, I'm
until...
not cleaning that up.
Yeah, I'm not cleaning up diarrhea. I would if I had to.
You would not touch the diarrhea.
No, I would not. But you get my extreme point.
Yes.
If there's something on the floor, bend over and pick it up, for heaven's sakes.
I
Just
wanted
keep
to make
walking it over.
I wanted to make sure that for the other cockroaches that are in the building that they had a chance to say goodbye to him.
Well,
before.
there was some sort of ceremony going on, but they all scattered once I showed up with the paper towel.
They put him in the toilet, set him on fire, and flush it.
Also, I'm seeing Trump on I don't know where he is, but he's wearing that Gulf of America hat.
Well, he's in Florida,
Over
right?
yourself. God.
Honestly,
It's
it
a
just
beautiful
reminds
hat.
me. It just reminds me. I don't think it's sticking. At least with me, it's not. When I think of that body of water, and people be honest with me, I still think of it as the Gulf of Mexico.
Everybody does.
Of course. All right.
Just like Twitter is Twitter.
No.
Yes,
that's
it's the
a
exact
company.
same thing.
No,
Yeah.
that's a company that actually was bought out and the name was changed.
Doesn't matter.
So you call them the Ivies, not Badfinger.
No, that's completely not the same thing.
No, it's exactly the same thing.
No.
There
Did
was
somebody buy them?
But if they changed their name, legitimately, they changed their name. I don't get this idea of it's not the same thing. Changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
And it's not sticking. I just don't think it's sticking. Because, again, I have to say, I'm 61 years of age. I've been really following news pretty heavily since my late teens. I have never heard one single American in any party on the political spectrum, not once, not a phone call into C-SPAN. I have never heard one person in America complain that body of water was called the Gulf of Mexico.
No one sees it as a threat against the United States.
You ain't never hung out in Panama City, have you?
Yeah, I guess not. Did he ever bring it up during rallies? I don't remember. I mean, obviously, we're not privy
Who
to
got
every
in his
moment.
head?
He did.
You think he just...
What
a great idea this will be.
That's what it seems like.
Yes.
Oh, maybe he could start selling Trump maps. And then that way it's another venture for him. A Trump map would have the Gulf of America.
Because Google has changed it, I believe, to the
well,
Gulf
they
of
have
America.
it. They have Gulf of America in big letters, and then underneath it, Gulf of Mexico.
Like Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. Eric, even if you don't agree with
It's a new
that
company.
sort of analogy, it still is the same because X is not necessarily sticking. People still casually say like a tweet.
Yeah, but that's
or-
like everybody calling every tissue a Kleenex. That doesn't make it correct. People
So-
just can't get past the idea. The man spent $245 million or something to buy Twitter.
Yeah, you shouldn't have changed the name.
And then he changed the name because he wanted people to know it was something different. Now they were going to, it was pissing off one half of the divided country.
We
Now it's
dead
going to
name
piss off
Twitter,
you.
or X or something.
Dead name.
Dead name. Don't get me going with everything.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. So Gulf of Mexico, that is dead naming.
It is.
The Gulf of
for now,
America.
until the next Democrat gets in there and changes it back.
Yeah, because there's been no, like, it was just the president said that's the name of it, right? Was it an
believe.
executive order or something?
Yeah, even on Delta.
Could he just change the name of Idaho if he wants to? Like, I mean, what? How does that?
It seems like.
I don't like Idaho, and we will now call it Potatoville.
I would assume because it's a state you couldn't change the name, but because of.
But who owns the body of water?
Well, we have as
God.
much say as they do, as much say as Mexico, because we have as much land
Doesn't
on
it just?
it.
It's mostly international waters, right? After
Yeah.
what, 12 miles from shore or something along those
Yeah.
lines?
I guess it's like, all right, change it, call it whatever you want, sir, and then we'll just, it won't be like that forever.
Did you say, sir?
She said, sir, call it whatever you like.
I love you too.
I love you too, Gulf of Trump.
But what makes the decision? What makes this like in the morning when he's completely dressed? He's got the long ass tie and everything's on, and then he's like, are there like those fake heads that have wigs on them that each one has the different hats? What am I in the mood for today? Make America great again.
Dark MAGA.
Dark MAGA. Gulf of America. Have it rock
Let's
the
go,
Gulf of
Brandon.
America. Let's rock the Gulf of America.
Let's
hat.
do that one.
I think he's realizing it's not sticking. I think we're all realizing we rarely said Gulf of Mexico in our daily conversations.
Gulf.
Say the
Yeah,
Gulf.
just the Gulf. It's on the Gulf.
Which is that's the out that most meteorologists are taking now. It's the Gulf. You can't. Which Gulf of Oman? That's now called the Gulf of Trump.
The Persian Gulf is now the Arabian Gulf. Bing. Thank you.
So that's just going to keep on changing now. The Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America, that'll go back and forth. That mountain in, is it in Alaska? The Mount
McKinley?
It was Denali.
Mm-hmm.
First it was Denali, then it was McKinley, then it was Denali, then it was McKinley.
Yes.
He also still is going after Biden, which is strange that he's been in this presidency now for
Oh,
over
he
6
doesn't.
months.
What's he? He's just, hey, did you hear about that victory? Yeah, we did. We heard about it.
While at
Hey, the guy in front of me, he was brain dead. Yeah, we know. We're aware of that.
while at
the hits.
while at Alligator Alcatraz, he brought up this about Biden.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? That's it. He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
Yeah, well, he's just
Boy, I'm
joking.
turning into this guy now.
He's
Yeah,
who he
what?
is? Buddy Hackett now.
Listen to him.
Nobody knows who Buddy Hackett
Yes,
is.
they do. Autumn, you know who Buddy Hackett is?
I know who Buddy Hackett is.
I mean, some people have seen It's a Mad World.
Or Scrooged.
Yes, or Music Man.
That's right, yeah. There's trouble in River City.
Shaboopy.
Boopy. The girl that's
At the very end of the cut, listen to what he says about Biden.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? That's it. He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
Oh, I heard it.
That SOB. Imagine if he had lost the election. I mean, he can't get over this and he won.
Right.
Won the popular vote. I don't know. Back in the old days, you'd win overwhelmingly, and then you'd be a class act and you'd
Yes.
extend a hand. There'd be no need to keep on smacking around. Now, don't get me wrong. They were trying to put him in jail, so I get it. Every time I see a new article that's like, oh, can you believe it? The Department of Justice fired 3 more people who tried to put Trump in jail. Well, what did you expect? If you worked anywhere, let's say for a year, your job was to try to put somebody in jail. And then that person not only didn't go to jail, but became your new boss. Anybody surprised at who gets fired the next day? I'm sorry.
No,
I
but
just
there
can't
is-
get up in arms about it. They went after the guy. They created cases that had never existed before, creating novel cases to try to put a former president in in prison, it was outrageous. It was outrageous. And now, are people losing their jobs who are just doing their jobs and doing what they were told? I suppose, but they'll get other jobs, I'm sure. It's just if there was a real case that was a real case, I would say, yeah, you got to do it. But they were testing things. They were trying novel cases that had never been tried. You know, the same way this is going on with all this RICO stuff. And that dog I wanted to put in Alligator Alley. That dog wouldn't last 2 minutes in Alligator Alcatraz. I'm sorry. So the idea is if you try to get out, you're going to get et by an alligator.
That's right.
Get et up. He wanted crocodile camp, but there's not a lot of crocodiles in Florida.
They're very rare, and they're
China or something.
China, whatever.
Chinese crocodiles.
Hello, Alex Williams. Alex has better news for you on 85 in Norcross.
That is right. Took a while, Eric, but they finally got this widely scattered crash to the right shoulder, 85 southbound past Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. Still a slow ride as you leave the Duluth area coming down from the Beaver Ruin, Pleasant Hill Road. And if you're traveling 85 northbound, Traffic Trooper Rich says there's a crash mostly off to the right, but causing a good bit of spectator delay. 85 northbound slows. This crashes at Jimmy Carter, but you slow back before Chamblee Tucker, trying to make that trek up toward Highway 316 in Duluth. 400 northbound on the brakes from 285 up past Abernathy Road, then again in Alpharetta, clearing Windward Parkway. 75, the slowest part of that ride I'm seeing is actually southbound this afternoon, leaving the South Marietta Parkway area, trying to get down to I-285 and Truist Park. And we found a crash on 285 over on the east side in DeKalb. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, it's right near exit 38 to Lawrenceville Highway. It's knocking out one left lane. A Hero truck just arrived on scene, so hopefully off to the shoulder soon, but that does add to the brake tapping that you are going to experience if you're making your way around at 285 over on the east side. This report is sponsored by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Kroger Pharmacy welcomes Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. You can transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer-update. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now, there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just one visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. we can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Been listening to some Elton John lately. The like the first 5, 6, 7 albums. Unbelievable. I like was it Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy? What makes you laugh about that?
Nothing.
It's a very, very good.
Yes.
Is it Bernie down in his little bubble down there in the? I don't understand what. Listen, I'm talking about the album is a great album.
It is.
And
how about that song about John Lennon? You like that one?
Yeah, it was too late. Once you get to that part of Elton John, I'm not really there.
No.
It's decent. It's a nice song. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Beautiful song.
Yes.
The word Sugar Bear. That's kind of weird. But the song itself.
I know. I like to just say, but you were there.
Yeah, anything besides Sugar Bear, because it kind of ruins
Sugar
the gravity of what a great song. Also, Honky Chateau. Great one.
Don't know that
I
one.
forgot it had Rocket Man on it.
Oh, I know.
Also
this
has Honky
song.
Cat.
And Honky
Get
Cat.
back, Honky Cat.
Great albums, end to end. Those first 5, 6, 7 albums, great stuff. What do you want, George Clark?
I was going to say Madman Across the Water.
Madman Across the Water, absolutely fantastic. I feel like side 1's a lot better than side 2, but that happens.
What's
here
the
and
one
there.
that looks like a pair of jeans?
That's it. That's Madman Across
Okay.
the Water. I don't quite understand what's going on in that song, Leave On. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me.
He likes his money.
Yeah, I know, but the story seems to get confused between him and his son. Is it about him or is it about his son?
It's about him talking about his son, I thought.
But who was born a pauper to a pawn? That was Levon, right? Not the son. On a Christmas day.
Hold on.
When the New York Times said God is dead and the war's
War had
begun.
just begun, yes. Alan
Brock,
Tostig
what is
had
this
something
song
to
about?
say.
Oh, I know what it's
Sex.
about. It's about
Sex.
I'm just saying, at one point, it just seems to kind of confuse and go into the other. You know, while I'm on this, it's like Paperback Writer, right? Okay, so if you follow the words of that song, it's a guy who's submitting his paperback because he does another job, but he wants to be a paperback writer. And then he explains the story inside of the book, right?
Yeah.
And then the story, it's about a dirty man whose clinging wife doesn't understand. And his son, so the protagonist's son in the story works for the Daily Mail, but what does his son want to be?
Oh.
He wants to be a paperback writer? Like, the paperback is about a guy who has a son who wants to be a paperback writer? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And the
Okay,
same thing
so-
happens in Levon. The things get switched around.
Yeah.
And I don't quite understand who's talking anymore. Who's upset? Is it Levon? Is Levon upset? Because also, here's another thing. How does he have all this money if he sells cartoon balloons? Is
It's
this
balloons with cartoons
He
on
likes
them.
his money.
He likes
Does he
his-
necessarily have a lot of it?
he makes a lot, they say.
Oh yeah, they do say that.
That's what they say.
They say he makes a lot.
So is that Levon who's in the cartoon balloon business?
Maybe he's a cartoonist. And he only draws the balloons.
Somebody else fills in the words.
Yeah.
And he makes a lot of money because
Yeah.
he writes he
He's
has
the
best
best at
cartoon
balloon drawer.
No, he goes
It's
sailing.
got to be, it's not that literal, right? Like there has to be, it's a metaphor.
Yeah, but it's got a
Cartoon
guy's
balloon, like-
name. It's got a guy's full name in it for a metaphor.
Okay, that's fine. It grounds us to something, to someone. And then they say, you know what he does? He just does, he sells cartoon balloons.
But he's
like
fabulously wealthy because he sells cartoon balloons.
Yeah,
I
but
just.
No, wait, are we talking about Paperback Writer or not?
Oh, you're talking about Paperback Writer. Which
no,
one are
I'm
you?
not. I'm talking about Levon, but I'm saying you
No.
mentioned Paperback Writer.
Paperback Writer is weird because it's about a guy who wants to be a paperback writer, and in the book, one of the main characters in the book wants to be a paperback writer. Does not make any sense to me.
Yeah,
it's very
They need to
meta.
be-
Yeah.
They need to be more specific with the pronouns because he's saying it's a dirty story of a dirty man and his clinging wife doesn't understand. His son is working for the Daily Mail. It's a steady job, but he wants to be a paperback writer. So it sounds like he's saying that the son wants to be the paperback
Yeah.
writer, but
Yeah.
it needs to be like the
But
guy
the whole
that's writing
song,
it.
the whole song is about a guy who's submitting it to publishers
The
saying,
day-
"I want to be a." You can send it back if you. But I want to be.
Like it,
if you don't like it, but I need a break, and I want to be a paperback writer, just like that character in the book I wrote. It doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
All I know is that Jesus, he wants to go to Venus. Leave Levon far behind. All right, we don't have to go through the whole thing.
Let's break it down each verse.
Autumn, if you were complaining about not having money again, and during the break I was thinking, why don't you just start some really cool podcast and monetize it and make money? You're not old like me. You got time? Why can't you come in?
There's not a whole lot of money in podcasting.
Oh, really? Joe Rogan? You make money, don't
you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I should be an actor because there's a lot of money in acting.
No. I'm saying is people make money. People make good money. This guy's got people have certain good channels. The guy who has Pop Goes to 60s, he makes money.
Fisher Casts.
No. It's about fishing. It's about my favorite reels.
Fisher on Fish
Bowl.
The fish bowl, yes.
And if that doesn't work out, then just roll over into OnlyFans. Listen, there's ways to make money.
We'll never do that.
And why? Because you're allergic to money.
Yes, that's why.
Oh, morality? Okay,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Alex Williams has better news on 285 and Tucker.
That's right. We told you the hero unit has arrived, and he has done his job. They got that crash off to the right, 285 southbound, the inner loop, Lawrenceville Highway, Highway 29, exit number 38. Still slow ride, though, back into Dunwoody as you try to make your way through Dorville into Tucker. South of that, all lanes, they just cleared up another stall from the left lane, 285 westbound, the inner loop at Flat Shoals, exit number 48. You're seeing some brake lights as you leave the Glenwood Road region. How is I-20 over there in DeKalb County, Sydney Darden?
It's a little stop and go as you come off of 285. Especially around exit 68 to Wesley Chapel Road. It's really also rough around exit 71 to Pinella Road. It does break apart, it seems to be, by the time you get to Stonecrest. Not too much on the West Freeway. Only a little bit of volume around Wesley Chapel as you're merging onto 285. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain just not getting any better? Are you stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now they're talking surgery? Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's Mark Airman. I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without more meds and without going under the knife. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. No more masking the pain. This goes right to the root of the problem. Their cellular treatments contain growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. And this is critical. 92% of patients report satisfaction with the results. That's not just a number. It's peace of mind that you're exploring something that's truly working for people just like you. Real results that let you move easier and live better. Call QC Kinetics today, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
It is officially summer break, and we can all take a deep breath. Well, only if your air ducts are clean. Call the cleaning pros at Zero Res to get your ducts insanely clean. And now you can take advantage of their summer sale for 15% off all services, including carpet, area rugs, and air duct cleanings. For a limited time, mention me, Chris Chandler, and you'll get 15% off your next service. That is right, any service, 15% off. Use promo code SUMMERSALE when scheduling online at ZeroResAtlanta.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Your summer vacation is going to be awesome, but coming home to those floors won't be. While you're gone, let our highly trained installers transform your space. Just imagine coming home to beautiful new floors. Our promise is to make your flooring process painless. Our focus is to make it perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
Steel Horse Law knows that your bike is made of steel, but your heart is made of gold. If someone causes you to lay your bike down, you deserve the very best from an experienced firm that knows bikers because they are bikers. Eric Von Hassler for Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group. They're local, so they understand the changes to Georgia law, and you'll meet directly with your attorney, not just an assistant like the mega firms. Schedule your free accident evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller and Son Jewelers. Our top story, President Trump is thrilled as the Senate passes his big, beautiful bill.
It's a great bill. There is something for everyone.
The spending bill passes with Vice President Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. As the big, beautiful bill goes back to the House now, protesters converge on local congressional offices to voice their opposition.
Protesters gather outside of the local offices of nearly every member of Georgia's congressional delegation today. 24 demonstrators wave signs and American flags outside of the Woodstock office of Congressman Barry Loudermilk. Among them, Connie, who says she wants Loudermilk to explain his support for the bill.
Sit down with us and listen and let us bring the people who are affected, and you tell them how you're gonna help them, how this is gonna work.
We reached out to Loudermilk's office for comment, but have not heard back. In Woodstock, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
90 degrees in Atlanta. We've got pockets of heavy rain in some parts of the metro on storm tracker radar. Scattered showers and storms continuing through this evening. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. This just in, a shelter-in-place order has just been lifted for residents who live near a food distribution center in Lithia Springs. It was ordered this afternoon by Douglas County Emergency Management following an ammonia leak at the Gordon Food Service Distribution Center on North River Road near Riverside Parkway. But again, that shelter in place now lifted. The Public Service Commission votes today to freeze Georgia Power rates for 3 years. PSC member Tim Eccles says this is not only protecting customers, but also allows more economic growth.
Freezing these rates shows that we're listening to ratepayers, and we're doing all we can to protect them, but continue to grow this economy in this state.
Patty Durand, founder and director of Georgians for Affordable Energy, says this locks in rates for 3 years with no chance to lower them.
Georgia Power has an unusually high level of profits compared to its utility peers. This locks in those high profits for 3 years with no opportunity to reduce them to the industry norm.
Georgia Power intends to file a separate rate case next year to recover an estimated $860 million in storm-related costs. Tips from the public helped lead to the arrest of a suspect accused of killing a teenager in Brookhaven.
Days after Brookhaven police release a clear video of 3 suspects, there's an arrest in the murder of a 16-year-old near a McDonald's on Claremont Road.
We would not have been able to identify the suspect if it wasn't for those tips that came in through Crime Stoppers Atlanta.
Lieutenant Carlos Nino says the suspect is 18-year-old Enrique Mendoza. He's facing murder and other charges. Police are trying to determine what role the other 2 individuals seen in the video may have had in the shooting. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
A Metro Atlanta serial bank robber known for carrying a Pringles potato chip can is sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. 28-year-old Kyrie Brown of Dallas was sentenced for robbing one bank and trying to rob 3 others during a crime spree in November of 2023. When he was arrested, officers from the Dallas Police Department found a large amount of cash in Brown's pocket, a green Pringles chip can, and a gun in his car. Big news on Lake Lanier as more places will be open for July 4th weekend.
7 additional parks at Lake Lanier are open just in time for Independence Day. Staffing shortages forced many to close, but Lake Lanier's Stacy Dixon says things have changed.
Funds got released and permissions were granted, and the Corps has been able to hire more rangers.
Along with positions unfrozen, local governments have stepped in to help with staffing. The Lake Lanier website has all the information visitors need to know all of the lake's offerings. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
And right now, Bill, we are watching the brake lights on I-85 northbound. They're actually getting a little bit slower, although we don't have any crashes in the way as you leave the Chamblee, Dorville area, try to get up into Norcross. The brake lights grab you right at Shallowford Road, exit 93. It's going to get a little bit better once you get past Jimmy Carter Boulevard, but stay sluggish up into Duluth, and you hit the brakes again up into Suwanee from Old Peachtree Road to 985. Some southbound delays still recovering on 85 south from Pleasant Hill with that earlier crash down in Norcross at Jimmy Carter Boulevard that is cleared. 400 northbound, we're seeing a few brake lights from 285 and Sandy Springs up to Northridge Road. Then maybe some wet pavement on 400 north up in Alpharetta, keeping you slow from Haynes Bridge Road up to Windward Parkway. We will check on that. How's I-75 through Cobb and Cherokee County, Sydney Darden?
That's a little bit of volume, especially on the further end of the northwest side. 575 northbound, really slow around exit 1 to Barrett Parkway, but not too bad as you're making your way up towards Cherokee County and Woodstock. 75 southbound, you're looking at brake lights around exit 263 to South Marietta Parkway until you reach that 285 perimeter, which does break apart before you get down to the downtown connector. From the Cool-Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Epwards. Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms continuing through the late night hours. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow drying out, partly cloudy, high 89. Lower humidity on Thursday with sunshine, morning low 70, afternoon high 90.
And Storm Tracker radar shows some pockets of heavy rain around the metro at this hour. It's 88 in Norcross and Kennesaw, 85 in Covington. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
You've been needing a new roof to battle the elements. If you replace your roof this month, you'll be helping battle childhood cancer, too. Hi, it's Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show for my friends at Findlay Roofing. The roof guys. The only thing they like better than protecting your home from the elements is giving back to the community. And once again, Findlay Roofing is proud to support the WSB Care-a-thon, benefiting the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Findlay will donate $100 from every roof replacement sold between now and July 25th. Findlay guarantees a donation of at least $10,000. With Findlay, manners matter. They treat your home like it's their own, but they don't stop there. They treat the entire community like family. When children are battling cancer, Findlay is there because we all live under one roof. The community. Get started now. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
Yeah, come on.
Razorface?
Spit your gum out.
Has anybody here seen Razorface? Is this that or not?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Been a long time. Seen a Razorface? It's a long way from I'm Still Standing. All right, that's enough of that. I feel like there's movement, some action going on in this Diddy case just by looking up at the monitor there. I know there's been another question, another note has been sent to the judge.
A love note?
And somebody was just reporting on CNN as if something big just happened. I don't know. They could be making it up for all I know.
We'll bring it to you here first here on WSB if it happens.
Yeah, if I see it on CNN, I'll bring it to you first.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Don't get mad at me, Ken. Don't get mad at me. It was just a joke.
Well, we'll handle the breaking news ourselves.
Okay, all right. I get it. It was just a joke. That's all it was. It was a joke.
I believe I've got the scoop.
Okay.
The RICO charge.
Yeah.
The jury does not have unanimity. So
on
they're
it.
not agreeing.
They're not agreeing on the RICO charge, which would be
the main
a large part of this
charge one.
case. And by not agreeing, does that mean on the fundamentals of it? Like, they've only been deliberating for a couple of days. Do you expect them to be in agreement on everything at this point? So it must be a little bit deeper than that. So the foreperson is feeling like already this person's not going to budge, or the other people aren't going to budge. We're just not going to get anywhere.
I'll monitor
Keep
the
digging.
situation.
Thank you. Will you monitor the situation,
Yes.
George Clark? I'd appreciate that if you could do that. Just go ahead and monitor that situation. And also, we have some Giuliani audio I would like to get to in a moment.
great.
First, I want to tell Jared, stop showing people stupid pictures of the owl that's near your house.
I think it's so cool.
Yeah,
How
it's an
often do you
owl.
see owls?
You
don't
see
see
'em.
them.
You see them?
When? When was the last time you saw an
I've
owl?
seen it in my backyard, I think.
When? When was the last time?
I
Name the
think
year.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. September 27th, 2019, if you must know.
I don't believe you.
I just made it up.
I
But
just think it's unique. This owl keeps
it's
on-
unique? Hey, hold on, George Clark. Walk away from the Diddy trial for a moment. How many owls are in the state of Georgia? Roughly speaking. Doesn't have to be an exact count.
The fact that I'm seeing it in daylight hours in the middle of Atlanta is impressive. I think it's cool.
Yeah, okay. Well, and then I turned to Jared and I said, the owls aren't what they seem.
Which I have seen Twin Peaks before. Thank
He
you.
stared at me blankly.
I did not.
Stared at
I
me
saw
blankly.
Twin Peaks. You suggested it when we first started working
Shut
together.
your eyes and you'll burst into flames.
50,000.
There's 50,000 owls in the state of
Seems
Georgia.
low. That's not that many. 50 for the whole state of Georgia.
Listen, let me tell you something. You say that's not many, but if they all gathered together for one bro country concert or something, that would be freaky. Like, imagine.
It wouldn't even fill up Mercedes
Wouldn't they go to see The Who?
If they're coming back around, although some of them don't like that whole Zach Starkey
Yeah.
situation. All right, imagine 50,000 owls in Truist Park. That would freak you out. That would be, don't tell me that's not a lot of owls. That
But
would be a
even-
freaky thing.
Even then, though, it's still Truist Park. I think is 41,000, 42,000 people. I mean, it's just a.
I'm putting them all like a Metallica concert. I'm putting them on the
Okay. You're
putting them
gonna
on the
put 'em on the field,
diamonds.
too?
Yeah, putting them on the field.
Grok
Yes?
says only 5,000 in Atlanta. So
I don't
Okay.
believe. Thank you, Grok.
Thank you.
And thank you,
5,000
George.
is still a lot.
That's not a lot.
If you drove around the
5,000?
corner and they'd all gotten together and all 5,000 were right there, you'd be like, "Wow, that's a lot of
For
owls."
the whole city of Atlanta, I respectfully disagree with you.
There's five of them in my backyard.
Yeah, and
Okay.
how
You
can
don't see a
anyone really
picture.
count them? They're like
Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh, that one looks
Like,
the same as the
that's-
first one.
Yeah,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
that
maybe.
was,
you
that
get
was
all the
one
way like
again. I don't know.
4,300. Oh, was it? Oh, I got to go back and start
That
over.
could have been number 933.
I just think it's so. Well, what's so unique about this one is that it's always
Nothing is so unique. Just say it's unique.
Oh boy.
That's that's a
I didn't say it was
peeve of
very
mine.
unique.
It
I
doesn't
said
matter.
so
no
unique.
modifying needed whatsoever. Unique means one of a kind. It can't be so one of a kind.
It's so
you can't
very
be
unique.
very. It's just unique. The fact that it's unique means it's one of a kind. No modifier.
What's
Go ahead.
so unique about this?
What's unique?
What's unique about this owl is that it's always in the same on the same branch at the same time of day.
And
It's one of those owls that they put outside of like
Yeah.
a business to stop like
Keep the pigeons.
Yeah,
You're burying the lead. The other unique thing about the owl, it's the only owl you've ever made out with.
That's true.
Aw.
Well, he loves nature.
I do. I love nature.
We didn't know he was a furry.
Feathery.
He's a feathery. That's right. What's that fur? It's feathery. Sorry, furries. Hey, call off your 937 lawyers. I meant to say feathery.
I'm gonna go make you smell my dirty costume now. So sorry.
What made the furries so litigious?
Because people were making fun of them all the time.
Well, you dress up in animal costumes and have sex. Why wouldn't people
It's
make
not
jokes?
sexual. We just prefer to wear this wolf
Not sexual?
costume.
Did I
no.
get that wrong?
Well,
George
even
Clark would know.
I have this fake dog thingy that's hanging off of here, but it's not sexual. 'Cause
Okay.
I just want to look like a dog.
I thought there was a sexual fetish involved.
Oh, there's
There
that's
absolutely is.
Oh, they
Fursuit Friday always trends on X, and when you look at it, it's always
Fursuit Friday.
I bet it's on Blue Sky now.
What are they
I
going
bet.
at it?
And,
Are
yeah,
they going at it?
well, the biggest trend, I guess, the biggest picture on there, the highest trending picture last Friday was a guy dressed as a fox, and then he was showing his chest, and he said, "This fox has been bad." And
Oh, he's a bad fox. He's a bad fox. This reminds you, do we have an open mic that describes Daddy? What's the whole thing about Daddy?
Oh,
Autumn was
Autumn's in
saying-
trouble. Autumn's in trouble with this guy. So.
Well, I don't know. He's really in trouble. This is the audience. We don't fear our audience.
Yeah.
Oh, hey there.
No,
This is-
This is
you know,
their stage.
We do have chicken wire up in front of the stage.
All right, Von Hessler, you done did it this time. I asked my 2.5-year-old to ask me again how to ask for a fork, and he goes, Daddy. Oh, wait, that's not your fault. That's Autumn's fault. Have a good one, guys.
Hey, Autumn, what are
Huh?
you saying?
I
The kids,
don't
the kid, Autumn, you may not, someone like you doesn't care, but the children are listening. Every time we
Yeah.
go on, the children, jury says it has verdict on some counts in Sean Diddy Combs' trial. That is not good for the prosecution, according to George Stein. The quicker, right? Is that what he said? He
Yeah,
said
that's
quicker.
yes.
Quicker means, you're just saying, nah, I don't believe that, I don't believe that, I don't believe that. And I've said it from the very beginning. And remember, give me credit, because it turns out I am not a lawyerologist. I'm a common sensian.
There's very few of those left.
I'm a common sensian. And if I was on that jury, I would have walked out 2 weeks in. I'm seeing nothing here, Judge.
You wouldn't have kept the free meal? Because that's the best part of it.
Well, I want that stipend.
Yes. $7 a day.
Oh, I'm taking that money. You kidding me?
That's
I'm
money.
salaried. I'm not losing money on the other side, so I'm picking up.
Hell yeah.
What Tad Lemire calls mailbox money.
Ha ha, mailbox money.
He was telling me at the dinner we had that's what I got to be thinking about in retirement. Like maybe I should start some things online, whatever. Says you want to get it going, and then once you've retired, it's just mailbox money. It sounds easier than I think it really is to pull off.
OnlyFans.
I know. Well,
You
no,
can do that.
the thing is, my audience, they love me for free. That's what I've found over the years. They love some Von Hessler doctrine that is free of charge. The moment I start talking, hey, nobody's really interested. They see me and this show as a very, very great deal when it's free. So do I want to spend my retirement years trying to drum up some mailbox money? Or do I just look around and go, okay, this is what we have. I'll live within that. And everybody in the world, like a light switch, I've turned you off. Leave me alone. Alex Williams says the wet pavement is delaying. It's delaying 400. That doesn't make any sense. So it's delaying 400. Is it
Alex, break it down.
Is it the commuters that are being delayed on 400?
It is the rain causing slower traffic, delaying the commuters on Georgia 400. How about that?
Thank you, sir.
We were watching it. It was just an absolute downpour in Alpharetta on Georgia 400. Anywhere between the Mansell Road area and Windward Parkway. The rain has subsided, but still seeing the water sloshing up on the pavement, and it has slowed Georgia 400 northbound considerably, leaving Mansell Road, even though the sun is out once again. That is exit 8, trying to get up past Windward Parkway. Also, a few southbound delays on and off all the way down into Sandy Springs as you cross over the Chattahoochee River. Elsewhere, if you're traveling on the West Freeway, 20 westbound, brake lights find you just west of Martin Luther King Jr. Drive out to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Also seeing some eastbound delays from Thornton Road, trying to ramp onto I-285, that west side perimeter. Plenty of slow traffic through downtown Atlanta, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, I'll say, especially if you're coming over from I-85, you're going to be on those brake lights almost as soon as you merge on from Georgia 400 southbound. Similar story, those brake lights on I-75 start around Northside Drive, exit 252, and it's really, really rough through Midtown, downtown, southbound. On the northbound side, you're going to start seeing those brake lights fill in around exit 244 to University Avenue, a really rough ride through the heart of downtown. You're not going to see any relief until you reach Midtown, headed towards Buckhead. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks.
In a 6-3 decision, the court has limited individual judges' power on nationwide injunctions.
We've got it covered.
It has huge implications, not just for birthright citizenship, but for every other executive order.
Tune in often for the latest.
Under this president and future presidents.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. Skip the hassle of costly repairs and sell your home stress-free. There's no showings, no open houses, and no waiting or wondering when your home's going to sell. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we make mattress shopping easy. We offer our lowest and best price to everyone, every day, so you can shop when you're ready. We show you exactly what's inside of our mattresses so you can see and feel the quality for yourself to ensure you're getting the best value. And we offer a no-pressure shopping experience. Our team is here to help you find the best mattress for you. It's that easy. Visit an OMF location today to see the original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Summer is stacked with festivals, ball games, concerts, and special events. Our roads are already jammed. Mix in these crowds of partiers, things can really get dangerous. Hey, it's Smilin' Mark McKay. If a negligent driver crashes into you, don't go it alone. You need the guys I trust, the Strong Arm, John Foy and Associates. With zero upfront costs, they'll protect your rights and your wallet against big insurance companies that want to pay you as little as possible. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation. JohnFoy.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see "Get a phone on us," get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 5-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
So yeah, this is unfortunate, and I really don't. So a 75-year-old Cuban immigrant died in ICE detention at a center in Miami. 75 years old. This guy's been in the country since 1967 or something. Got in trouble with some drugs in the early 80s. Before you start throwing that at me. Right. Yes, it is true. Over 40 years ago, he did have some trouble. He got in trouble for drugs. Why are 75-year-olds sleeping on floors in ICE facilities? This is ridiculous stuff that's going on. And then I'm sure that what is
Tom
he?
Homan?
Yeah, what is he? The chief blockhead? Is that his name?
Of Homeland Security? Yes.
It's like. So I'm sure he was rather nice about this and said it was unfortunate.
Oh, super reasonable when asked about it.
Yeah.
Of a 75-year-old Cuban national who died in ICE custody. He had lived in the United States for 60 years. He was being held in ICE detention in Florida. Is there anything you can tell us about that? There's still not a lot of information, how he died.
I'm unaware of that. I'm not aware of that. Okay. I mean, people die in ICE custody. People die in county jail. People die in state prisons. I mean, if you look at, when I was ICE director and we drilled down that, the question should be how many lives does ICE save? Because when they go in detention, we find many with diseases and stuff that we deal with right away to prevent death. So,
well, I mean, I get it. Do I believe that he has not heard about that?
course he knows.
I find that difficult to believe. So he didn't want to answer to it. But, let's not have senior citizens sleeping on floors. Is that difficult to go there? Also, by the way, when's the last time a 75-year-old assaulted anyone outside of the state of Florida? I'm aware of what goes on down there. Everybody's dangerous in that state. This is what you voted for?
There have to be accommodations for people.
75 years old sleeping on the head conditions. He's saying he didn't know anything about it, but immediately the head conditions, they got him to the hospital, came back, threw him back on the floor, I guess. Why is it so difficult to do things properly? I could go on, but then I'll get us canceled if I was to go into world events.
By the way, Tom,
sometimes you can't just say, well, we got to do this, so we're just going to do as much of it as we have to. Sometimes you just can't say that. Sometimes you have to go, oh, well, okay, the collateral damage, yeah, I'm an evil SOB because I used that term, but let's go with those. At some point, you have to say the collateral damage, even if it isn't our fault, it's too much. You can't just say, well, that's the way that it is, and all the collateral damage that it takes. And that's what this sounds like. Well, a little collateral damage. Shameful that we have 75-year-olds that have been in this country for over 60 years on a floor at a facility. And I know where you're coming. Hey, MAGA mom, back off. I know. He got into trouble with drugs in the early 80s, so it's all worth it. Keep telling yourself that. You might talk your way into heaven. Maybe. Alex Williams says 285's, I can't read, says 285 westbound is delayed through Truist Park.
That is right, Eric. We're watching. If you're heading over to Truist Park for the Braves game this evening out of Dunwoody, you're going to find those brake lights, 285 westbound, starting right around Chamblee. Dunwoody Road stays pretty heavy over to Roswell Road, exit 25 in Sandy Springs. You bunch up again the closer you get to I-75 in the Truist Park region. Then 285 both north and southbound, on and off the brakes in both directions over there on the west side between Vinings and I-20, the West Freeway. And we got new trouble down by the airport. It's in the right lane, 285 westbound, the inner loop before you get to Riverdale Road, exit number 60 there in Clayton County. How's the inner loop of 285 through DeKalb County, Sydney Darden?
It's a pretty slow crawl still from Georgia 400 as you're going eastbound on the inner loop past Ashford, Dunwoody, and on towards Chamblee, Dunwoody, and to Spaghetti Junction. You're going to be on and off the brake pedal. Once you get to Spaghetti Junction, that's when you really see the majority of those brake lights start to pick up around exit 34 to Chamblee Tucker Road. Really rough and past La Vista Road, exit 37, and on and off that brake pedal again until you get all the way down to I-20 where you start to see some relief there around exit 46. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It's that time of year. Vacations, cookouts, fun. But I hope you aren't ignoring your home to-do list. You know, the one that starts, get water leak in basement fixed. Dave Baker here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Here, let me help you get started. If you have water in your basement or mold and mildew smells down there, simply go to aquaguard.net and set up an appointment for a free inspection from an AquaGuard expert. Well, that was easy. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Just remember, AquaGuard.
Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler here at Shane Company. Come on in, feel at home, and let's find your dream engagement ring. I'm proud to work for a company that puts customers first and lets them shop the way they want to. See, we believe shopping for an engagement ring should be fun, without any of the pressure. We don't work on commission, so finding your dream ring is truly on your terms. We'll be right by your side as your friend and jeweler to help you find a ring more beautiful than you imagined and stick to your budget too. We have all of the styles and all of the smiles. You can even watch our in-house jewelers working their magic inside your neighborhood store. It's that kind of care and craftsmanship that makes Shane Company's free lifetime warranty the best in the business, saving you thousands over time and giving you peace of mind. No appointment necessary, or check us out at shaneco.com. Because a friend knows when you're ready, you're ready. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home, and boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 five-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, it is breaking news. Just in, jurors reach a verdict on some charges in the Sean Diddy Combs trial.
CBS News special report. The jury in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial says it has reached a verdict on 4 of 5 counts. The judge has directed jurors to keep deliberating on the remaining count. CBS's Jerika Duncan is at the scene.
At 4:26 this afternoon, Combs appears to be praying. His head is bowed. His hands are folded on his lap. That the attorneys were surrounding him. At 4:31, Combs' head was down, that he seems grim.
Once again, that jury in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial says it reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts against the hip-hop mogul and has been unable to reach a decision on the top charge, that is, racketeering conspiracy. The judge is indicating he will instruct the jury to continue weighing the charge, echoing the sentiments of prosecutors and Combs' defense team that just 2 days into deliberations is too soon to give up on reaching a verdict on all counts. CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
87 degrees in Atlanta. Pockets of heavy rain around the metro area at this hour.
Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight.
Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. An update now to a story we've been following throughout the afternoon, the ammonia leak at Gordon Foods in Lithia Springs. WSB's Steve Summers has a live update.
Yeah, Bill, the shelter-in-place order is now lifted for anyone within a half-mile radius of the North River Road facility, but emergency crews remain on the scene at this hour, and you are asked to avoid that area around Gordon Foods in Lithia Springs until further notice. Douglas County Fire EMS Chief Miles Allen tells 95.5 WSB the good news is
we have no reports of any injuries or illnesses coming from the effect of this.
No word what caused the ammonia leak other than the chief says it came from a piece of equipment inside the compressor room. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
Now, WSB Money Update. The Public Service Commission today votes to freeze rates for Georgia Power customers, but not everyone is thrilled.
Touted as relief for Georgians weary of rate hikes in recent years, the Public Service Commission's vote to freeze rates through 2027 was unanimous.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. But Patty Duran with Georgians for Affordable Energy says it's just smoke and mirrors.
There is a state law that says the commission must set rates that are just and reasonable, but there's nothing just or reasonable about the unusually high profits this commission grants Georgia Power.
She says this sidesteps a scheduled review this fall that should have resulted in a sharp decrease in rates for customers. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
New this hour, multiple people are arrested following an extensive investigation into a drug traffic organization operating in DeKalb County in the city of Atlanta. The DeKalb Police Department's gang unit seizes nearly 4 kilos of fentanyl, over $100,000 in cash, hash, cocaine, meth, and marijuana and weapons. 4 people are in custody now, and warrants are issued for more. DeKalb police say this operation dealt a serious blow to a dangerous network and undoubtedly saved lives. 2 possible ordinances could make it quieter and less smoky around the McDonough Square.
The city council has been meeting with residents to hear their complaints about smoking and about noisy concerts on the square. Mayor Sandra Vincent says 3 restaurants have patios where smoking is allowed and are offering ideas.
What if we designate certain areas on the square for smoking? We had one business that said we'd be happy to use our patio as a smoking zone.
Vincent says the council is trying to come up with rules for the best fit, but she knows they won't please everyone. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Refreshing our ride to the northern suburbs, Bill, on I-75 northbound starting in Marietta. It begins to get a little sluggish right around South Marietta Parkway, exit 263. You're on and off that brake pedal for the ride up into Kennesaw. 575 northbound, a little slow as well, leaving I-75 up to Highway 92 in the Woodstock area. 75 southbound. It's real bunched up, especially in those right lanes coming out of Marietta, trying to get down to I-285, the Truist Park region. 400 northbound, you're jammed up through Sandy Springs from 285 up into the Roswell area. A lot of that is some wet pavement delays from the heavy rain showers that moved through. Also impacting the southbound ride from Haynesbridge Road, trying to head down to Northridge Road, exit number 6. How's I-85 heading up to Norcross in Duluth, Sydney Darden?
Not as bad as you'd think. I-85 northbound coming off Spaghetti Junction on and off that brake pedal around exit 99 to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, but still only looking at about a 15-ish minute ride to get you all the way up to Highway 316. But we are seeing a little bit of volume. I-85 northbound as you're leaving Sugarloaf Parkway, making your way on up towards Swanee. A little bit of stop and go. Just be prepared. No need to find any alternates just yet. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight, then drying out for tomorrow morning, lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 89. Lower humidity for Thursday and Friday, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s, staying dry for Independence Day on Friday. And on Saturday, partly cloudy, morning low 73, afternoon high 90.
Storm tracker radar showing some spotty heavy rain showers around the metro area at this hour. It's 92 in Loganville, 89 in Smyrna, 78 in Roswell. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now
on Diddy Watch.
Yeah, apparently they have a partial verdict. I think they have they've decided on everything except for racketeering. Is that the RICO thing? So they're very close. And according to George Stein, if it comes back early, that's usually not good for the prosecution. Now, me, not being a lawyerologist, as I will admit, but being a common sensian, that I didn't see it. I did not follow the trial the way, like, say, the average middle-aged American woman would. We don't know why. We don't know what's wrong with them. But I didn't follow it. I didn't follow it like that. But just what I saw, I did not. I wasn't convinced. If I was on the jury, there's no way I would be putting the guy in jail. What he's definitely guilty of is domestic violence, because we saw that in the hallway on the thing. But that wasn't one of the charges. So the jury isn't deliberating that. And even if it was, and he'd probably get time served. So that's my guess. I was going to engage in a $1,000 bet with this next gentleman, because it's time for to drain the brain of Bill Crane.
There we go. Yeah.
So Bill Crane thinks he's gonna be sitting in jail.
I'll take the bet.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Crane
add it to my Carathon gift.
Yeah, he's
okay.
loaded.
So either one of us. So we're both in. Let's say. Well, we know you're in for $1,000.
Yeah.
All right.
You just said you would bet $1,000.
No,
so
I know.
Somebody else's money?
No. I'll bet my own
Taking
money.
Jared's money?
Is this what?
What money?
What do you think? What do you think I do? What do you think I do?
Podcast money?
It has come up from time to time that the doctrinaires should make more money. Every time it comes up, I march into that office and say, absolutely not. Bill, I need them hungry.
Keep
not
us humble,
satisfied.
too.
That's
We're humble, too.
humble and hungry and ready to fight. Yeah, I'll take
Scrappy.
that. It all goes to Carathon anyway, right? All right, $1,000. All
right. Which, by the way, July 24th and 25th coming up this month. Carathon.
All right.
We're going back, taking the airwaves.
So that
again.
means we're both in for 1,000 no matter what. So it's
Correct.
not like they get more.
Yeah,
So we're not just
It's
moving it
whose
around.
money they get, and I'm
That's
going
right.
to give them another $1,500 anyway. So it's
All right.
whether they get $2,500 or they get $50.
All right. Okay.
Plus,
so
I'll do it at double, triple.
$1,000. Bill Crane. I say he walks. Now, what if it comes back half and half?
That's not walking.
Both give $1,000.
Wow, I'm not doing I'm not doing a very smart bet here because you've got like 5 ways to win, and I only have one.
I didn't throw the bet out there.
All right. I love the Carathon. I'm in. I think he's going to walk. Although now just saying that, I'm pretty sure he's not. But that's okay. All right, Bill Crane. Thank you for being here. The big, bad, beautiful budget bill of 2025 has cleared. First, it
Senate.
cleared the House, then it went to the Senate. It's cleared the Senate by J.D. Vance, had to break the tie. Back to the House, some question as to whether or not this version is actually going to get through the House, and even Marjorie Taylor Greene, maybe being the third vote no. Do you think that would
Well,
possibly
Marjorie,
happen?
I think, is a little happy that they struck out on the Senate side.
Yeah.
The AI prohibition and ban regulation by the state. So the biggest thing she objected to, I'm not saying it's the only thing, is not in the Senate version.
It went from 10 years to 5, right? Or did
Correct.
they put? Right, okay, so for
And-
5 years, according to this, no state could pass their own individual AI
policy and
policies.
Or
right?
zoning laws.
Correct. And the other, relative to data centers and such, the other piece that Ms. Green, Congresswoman Green, and others reacted to was the SALT, the deduction of up to $40,000 for state and local taxes, which would allow households earning up to $500,000 a year to take a credit on their taxes of $40,000 for 10
Against
years.
their state taxes.
No, against their federal taxes. They pay the state.
Right.
And then they get a credit for that on their federal tax bill. So it's basically high tax states are being subsidized by low tax.
Right, and this is complete. This used to be, I think, pretty universal amongst Republicans that they didn't like this. It's absolutely idiotic. Why should a taxpayer from Georgia subsidize the state of New York with their high taxes? That's basically what will be
shouldn't, but
going on.
There are Congress people, members in
Yeah.
both California and New York, principally, that won't vote for the bill.
Right.
So that's why.
So they want the rest of us to subsidize them
Correct.
while they overtax their residents.
Correct.
And so people can understand this. You pay your too much taxes in New York State, and then basically you can write that down on your
Right,
national
as a business
taxes
expense
as
or
an
charitable
expense.
gift, right.
And that allows these states to never really have to compete because you can come out even though you're a higher tax state, when in fact, I believe the Constitution and all that mumbo jumbo, the idea was to have a bunch of states competing against each other with
Correct.
different ideas.
Correct. And different policies and different
Right.
laws. Right.
And the cream will rise to the top, right? If one state does something new and unique and it starts to work, then
Damn
other
that
states
gold
will
rush.
adopt it. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what ruined this country. That damn gold rush.
It really did.
Got some good movies and some good songs out of
Yeah,
it.
and
though.
it started in Dahlonega, Georgia, but it didn't.
Yeah.
The strike wasn't as big.
We've
Yeah.
not been the same, though, since then.
Did anybody get rich in Dahlonega from that
Oh,
strike?
yeah, but not on the scale of California.
Okay. And when did that dry up? Because I know people go up
They
there.
were there in
don't-
the 1830s and 40s, and when that big strike occurred in California, the migration started. And there were other. Colorado was a big mining state.
Yeah,
Silver
yeah.
was the more prevalent there than gold.
What a life! Just put on some sort of kerchief and put all your
even
troubles
now,
in
you
an
make a
old
good living
handbag.
as a
and-
coal miner, but it's a difficult industry.
a little more independent. The guys who went out to California, like a coal miner works for the company, right?
Correct.
I get this idea like a Treasure of Sierra Madre, like where these guys are just like independents out there with a pickaxe.
No,
So,
I mean,
all
they've
right.
got a built-in market, whether it's here or overseas, and a kind of a stable price, gold and silver up and down.
Yeah, poor Yukon Cornelius though. He can never find what he wanted.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like,
Just a monster.
It's sad there. So we have. Do you believe that Marjorie Taylor Greene wouldn't? She's leaning toward. I find her to be somewhat negotiating in public, and I find it difficult to believe that she is going to vote no.
She won't in
on
the end
this.
if it's down to 3 votes, and she's one of them. She's not going to deny
Right.
President Trump his agenda, and now Elon Musk is offering to fund
Yeah.
candidates from the Senate and the House that oppose the bill. So it's getting pretty ugly there
She
for the
may
big
be-
beautiful bill.
The
She-
Freedom Caucus is against it.
She could maybe. She could maybe talk to Elon Musk about getting his money in the governor's race.
Correct.
Elon, you wanna have a little Rochambeau?
No, not really. There's probably more people that I'd rather work with.
She's going to vote against the bill, though. She's
Oh,
going to
Come on.
If
yeah,
she votes against the
you're
bill.
back in, right, Marjorie?
We join the American Party.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Did you get to join
That was
the?
Sun Tzu, I think.
I don't think that was Sun Tzu. I think it's
You don't know.
I think it's an Arabic phrase. I believe. That's
You
what I
would
first.
say that.
I would because.
Sir, I was
huh?
trying to speak to Elon.
Okay, I'm sorry. Elon?
So if you're willing to so join the American Party.
The
then-
American Party.
The
Yeah.
new
You sure you're not
party.
talking about the American Independence Party of George Wallace of 1968?
Yeah, it's a little close, Elon.
Yeah,
you may not.
I think I'd be playing with that one a little different.
Yeah. And besides, it's a dumb name, America Party. Come on, you got to find a rodent or
America
somebody.
Party.
Well, I could work with libertarians, but they're sort of really
Idiots.
idiots,
Yeah.
and they wear
And
diapers.
I'm one.
Yeah.
I mean, I support the ideology, but the way they run their races and campaigns.
Well, they don't even try to win. That's the problem. And I've met many libertarians.
Well, it's because
I thought about running in 2010, and I met a bunch of them, and they're very, very nice people. But they just don't know how to run.
Well-intentioned.
Well-intentioned.
You get them
good
in a
people.
room and everyone's so different. They all start
They yell.
disagreeing with each other.
That's
It's
right,
like,
they
guys,
start
like
yelling.
we're all under the same tent. You're
I
like,
tried
what are you
to.
talking
My
about?
point was kind of like with them was a party's reason for existence is to win elections, not to be a sort of
Purity ideology.
coffee culture. Let's just debate forever about things. And figure out who's the purest libertarian in a room. You got to have a
Ayn
large
Rand is
tent.
dead, so I think that contest is
Ayn Rand was against the Libertarian Party. She was not in favor of it because I'll tell you what she said. She said that if you don't make an effort, this is like in the mid-'60s, she said, if you don't make an effort to get on the college campuses, it doesn't matter what your ideas are. And boy, have we found out that is correct. College campuses. And so she thought having a party that wasn't going to win races was not a smart idea. First, you have to convince people that your ideas are good. Then you can build a party from it. She said a few very interesting things, this Ayn Rand, but she was also a very curmudgeonly woman.
Did she say anything in short form? Because everything that she said, it always seemed like it took a long
Well, no, those
time
are
to
the
get
those
there.
are the books. You got to read the Virtue of Selfishness. That's
Okay.
a bunch of.
There is something
rather-
short by Ayn Rand?
Well, no, she
Just
wrote
quotes that
articles.
you can find on Google. But
Okay.
She wrote
Because I read Atlas, and I'm like,
she wrote a column for a while, and so this is a collection of like newspaper columns. There's one on there about race that is brilliant, where with no emotion whatsoever, she just sort of logically and scientifically proves that racism is stupid with zero emotion. Alex Williams says there's a crash on I-20 in West Atlanta.
And a big thanks to the Hero units because they did their job and just held all lanes and moved this left lane crash to the right shoulder. I-20 eastbound before the downtown connector, exit 57. Still bunched up from Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, but hopefully that ride will get better heading into downtown. 20 westbound, it's a sluggish ride through West Atlanta, passing I-285, the west side perimeter for the ride out to Lee Road, exit 41 there in Lithia Springs. And we're going to check the ride on I-20 through DeKalb County with the help of Sydney Darden.
We still got those delays I-20 eastbound around exit 68 to Wesley Chapel, on and off that brake pedal as you're making your way onto Stonecrest. But if you're also on I-285 merging onto there, you're going to see some delays as well around exit 46 as you're making your way onto the East Side Freeway. This report is sponsored by Peach Pass and the new Peach Pass mobile app. The Peach Pass Go mobile app helps you get there faster with new and improved features and more coming soon. So download the new Peach Pass Go mobile app today at peachpass.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
What would you do with $1,000 this summer?
Hotel, pool, week at the beach, cabin in the woods.
Whatever you want to do this summer,
WSB has $1,000 to make it happen.
$1,000 Thursdays gives you the chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
You could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
95.5 WSB, where Atlanta wins.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high quality sod, including Zeon, Zoysia, and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. NGTurf.com.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume, how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
Home is where the heart is. It's your happy place, right? But when bugs and critters bust in, not so happy, and it happened to me. Hey, it's Mark Aram from my pals at Breda Pest Management. Boy, did they come to our rescue. When we moved to our new home, we were shocked to see 2 beady little eyes in the basement. So gross. What do? We called Breda to kick those critters out. They found and secured a bunch of entry points. Next, they trapped and removed the critters, disposed of their nesting, disinfect and deodorized, all like they were never even there. And check this out, guys. Under the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, if critters chew new holes in your home, you stay protected at no additional cost. Only Breda guarantees old and new entry points, while others only cover what they originally sealed. Breda, they handle bugs and critters the best in the biz. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Belinda Skelton here for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I have Stephanie with me. She's a patient of Dr. Ashraf, and Stephanie recently had the laser optics procedure. Stephanie, why did you have the laser optics procedure?
I wanted to be able to not ever use reading glasses again because I got tired of pulling my phone out of my purse when I forgot them to blow things up, and I just wanted to see.
And how was life after laser optics procedure at Atlanta Vision Institute?
Incredible. I could read the bottom of a nail polish bottle. I don't need my readers, never used them since I've had my laser optics procedure. It's been amazing.
What would you say to people who are on the fence about having the procedure?
Do you want to see?
That says it all, folks. Folks, if you want to see like Stephanie, go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
All right, Bill Crane with his famous brain. In the drain. No, it's being drained. That's the whole thing. It's not in the drain. It's in the being drained.
But usually not in the drain.
Yeah, no. It's we are benefiting from the wisdom, the font of wisdom from the last week, analyzing the political world. So I guess before we move on from the big beautiful bill, what do you think the chances are that this gets passed by July 4th the way the president wants?
I don't see the House and Senate being able to bang out a reconciliation bill, but they're all intimidated by him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Basically, it's July 1st, so they got 2 days to get it done, sign it, and get it over to his desk in time for the fireworks.
Yeah.
It'll get done. He'll get the bill, but I don't know that it gets done by Friday.
Okay, because I don't think that there's anybody. I mean, I think Thomas Massie. I would actually vote for him for president if he ran. To me, he's the top of the line as far as if you want somebody who stands up to government excess. And so he's standing against it. But I don't see a whole bunch of other Republicans.
No, there's not going to be a bunch of breakaways.
They would rather face angry constituents than wake up tomorrow morning and be in that social post, that Truth Social post thing, and he's the dumbest person who
Senator
ever.
Tillis has had enough to not seek re-election.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
I salute
admiration
him.
for Susan Collins of Maine, who is up for re-election, who's not a favorite of the president, even though she was helpful to him on his Supreme Court picks. She'll get primaried.
Yeah, Susan Collins from Maine and Lisa Murkowski from Alaska. I feel like Republicans and average have not liked them for a long time because they're kind of moderate, but I don't live in Maine and I don't live in Alaska, but they keep getting reelected, so they seem to be okay with their constituents.
It was like Joe Manchin on the Democrat side for a long
Correct.
time. Joe Manchin would get reelected, but he was a moderate Democrat.
Right.
He was going to flip at the end. He was going to switch parties, but he didn't.
Yeah, he ended up not. What's he doing? Is he going to run for president?
I think he's in consideration for the University of West Virginia presidency. No.
Living on one of those guys who lives on a houseboat,
He was going to run.
right?
He was going to start a third party. He wasn't naming it the American Party. It was no
The
labels.
Commie Party?
No, it's
it
called
wasn't
No
No Labels.
Labels.
You're right. You're right. I remember him talking about
Labels
that. And
was the
Eric, you're right
snazzy
about
name that some advertising
Right.
executive.
That's right.
probably-
No label. How about after party? Like this postmodern
yeah.
after party.
There you go.
After we've messed up the country, now the after party comes in.
Washington critically warned against the parties being basically the forces they've become.
Oh, George Washington. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, listen, Bill, I bought a really cool book all in one that has the Declaration, the Constitution, all of the amendments, and then all of the Federalist Papers. And just reading through this stuff, this country is no reflection of, I wouldn't say no. It's
what
some,
it was at the time. Yeah.
It's some reflection, but this is not a constitutional republic because the founders, they were smart enough to know that they didn't know everything. Anywhere in the Constitution where they would put except for this, that, or the other, politicians in the Supreme Court have driven an 18-wheeler tractor trailer.
Much stronger state governments linked together, more like a confederation.
And as a matter of fact, the states that that weren't going to adopt the Constitution and had to get the Bill of Rights, if they saw what the country became as a result of this, they never would have voted. This is exactly what they were afraid of. But we have some audio of Giuliani. What was he on? You remember Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah,
yes, I do remember America's mayor.
He was on the Piers Morgan show.
Piers
Morgan show. And they're talking about Mamdani, the new Democratic candidate for governor or for mayor of New York.
Socialist, progressive.
Socialist, Democrat. Socialist, doesn't like capitalism.
He still represents the Democrat Party.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. And
believes in free groceries.
Of course,
Autumn's all for it.
Piers Morgan asked about him.
Do you really see him as an enemy of America?
Do I see him as an enemy of America?
Yeah.
What he's saying?
My personal
You're damn right I do. I think he's going to destroy New York City. I think this is a disaster time for New York City. This guy becomes mayor, the city is gone. People are leaving the city already.
Yeah, the whole city's going to go to hell. It's going to fall right into the ocean.
Okay, hold on. Now, I know that you're pretty hard on him for his socialism, but I just saw this, Rudy Giuliani. I don't know if you've seen it. If he becomes mayor, apparently free cigars.
Oh, I'm all for that. I'll take the free cigars.
I don't think this guy's going to win. I know everybody else does.
No,
just
I think
he's
it'll
a
be Eric
Democrat.
Adams.
Yeah.
And Cuomo will draw off some of the vote. Running as an independent. Governor Cuomo is also going to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
So you'll have essentially two Democrats, an establishment Democrat, the socialist Democrat, and Eric Adams as the incumbent.
So people are going to forget about the fact that they hate Eric Adams and remember that he was a cop
some
or
people
something.
hate Eric Adams, but he got elected in one. And I don't like ranked choice voting. That's a whole.
That's terrible. It's a terrible.
Your third choice gets to be the nominee.
It means like the mediocre is going to rise to the top, right?
They're trying to save the cost of a runoff, but
silly.
They aren't.
Well, the general is just plurality.
Yeah.
I think Giuliani, this is his chance. His chance to
I
jump in
am
there.
not interested.
Yeah, I gotta go back. Can you run again? This Giuliani?
Sure.
I don't think with those felony convictions, but
I don't know. Pardon me.
Alex Williams says
he could
there.
get pardoned.
Were they federal charges?
Could.
Yeah, I guess if federal charges. Alex Williams says there are delays on 285 into Clarkston.
Yeah, DOT says there's a stall that had been in the center lane. I believe it's gone now. 285 southbound, the Interloop Memorial Drive, exit number 41. Nonetheless, it is a slow ride into that Clarkston area on 285 east and southbound. Delays start all the way back at Georgia 400 as you travel through Dunwoody, Dorville, and Tucker. 285 westbound, the outer loop. Those delays start around Ashford Dunwoody Road, heading over to I-75 and the Truist Park region. And we've also been tracking some I-75 delays south of the Sydney with the help of Sydney Darden.
Yeah, really, really slow as you're making your way through McDonough. You're really going to start to see those brake lights start to pick up around exit 155. Moving northbound, you are going to also see some brake lights around your exit to Jonesboro Road there if you're merging on towards exit 221. The good news is it does seem to break apart by the time you reach that 675-75 split headed towards the southern perimeter. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Only inches separate you from the heavy rain pounding on your roof. Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show, here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Water is your home's #1 enemy, and your roof is your front line of defense to stop it from getting inside. Has your old roof finally lost the battle against all this recent heavy rain? If water has made its way into your home, think of Findlay first. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally, all with high-quality work, upfront pricing, and exceptional service. You'll always win with Findlay. You'll never have to worry about them cutting corners. With over 30 years of experience, Findlay goes the distance. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof experience. Are you seeing water inside or just not sure how well your roof is holding up after all this recent rain? Schedule a free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge. FindlayRoofing.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Your summer vacation is going to be awesome, but coming home to those floors won't be. While you're gone, let our highly trained installers transform your space. Just imagine coming home to beautiful new floors. Our promise is to make your flooring process painless. Our focus is to make it perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Summer can be the most dangerous time on the roads. Hey, it's Smiling Mark McKay. Summer wrecks happen a lot. So if you've been hit, call my trusted team at John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. There is zero cost until they win your case. JohnFoy.com.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Arum here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and
Talk.
Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. Only a partial verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial.
CBS News special report. After 13 hours of deliberations over 2 days, the jury in the 7-week-long Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial has reached a partial verdict. CBS's Jerika Duncan is outside the Manhattan courthouse.
Our reporter that's inside, quote, "We have reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, 5. Unable on count 1, they said have jurors with unpersuadable opinions." So what are counts 2, 3, 4, and 5? Those have to do with the sex trafficking and transportation for the purpose of prostitution. They involve Cassie Ventura, an ex-girlfriend of Combs, as well as Jane, another person who testified under that pseudonym, also an ex-girlfriend.
Jurors told the judge they were unable to reach a unanimous decision on the racketeering conspiracy count, the most serious charge against Combs. The judge has just told the jury to continue its deliberations. He wants them to have more time to try to reach a full verdict. CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
89 degrees in Atlanta. We have pockets of heavy rain in the metro area at this hour. Northwest Cobb County, some heavy rain right now. Also some heavy rain in North DeKalb, North Fulton, and lingering into Gwinnett County. We'll have meteorologist Christina Edwards along shortly with Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. President Trump's big, beautiful bill narrowly gets through the Senate today.
It's a great bill. There is something for everyone.
The Senate vote 50-50 with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. Protesters gather outside of local congressional offices today to voice their opposition to the big, beautiful bill.
About 24 protesters waved signs and American flags outside of the office of Congressman Barry Loudermilk, expressing their frustration with the legislation now up for a final vote in the U.S. House. Barbara has this message for Loudermilk.
We want Representative Loudermilk, who voted yes the first time, to look at this bill, read it carefully, look at the experts and
analysis and say, no, this is a terrible bill. I will not vote for this bill.
Protests were planned outside of the local offices of other members of Georgia's congressional delegation today. We reached out to Congressman Loudermilk's office for comment, but haven't heard back. In Woodstock, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
An arrest in the murder of a teenager in Brookhaven.
It was a clear video of 3 suspects that led to the arrest, says Lieutenant Carlos Nino with Brookhaven Police.
A 10-second video clip of who we believe was originally involved in the incident. Tips came in.
18-year-old Enrique Mendoza has been arrested and is facing murder and other charges. 2 others seen in the video could also be facing charges. Police are continuing to investigate the murder of that 16-year-old near a McDonald's on Claremont Road last month. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
An immigration judge grants bond today for a well-known Spanish-language journalist arrested while covering a protest in DeKalb County last month. It means Mario Guevara will be free as the government seeks to deport the native of El Salvador. He was being held at an ICE detention facility in South Georgia. He was transferred there after his arrest. The charges in DeKalb were later dropped, although he is still facing driving-related charges in Gwinnett County. Just in time for the holiday, Lake Lanier opens more parks for visitors.
Staff funding was the culprit in closing some of Lanier's parks and ramps, but things are falling into place, according to Lake Lanier's Stacy Dixon.
There are now 64 out of 66 parks that will be open, so we only have 2 that are closed.
Dixon says local governments have helped.
These parks that are reopening today would not be possible to have open without partnership from Hall County and Forsyth County government.
Van Pue North and South are the only parks still closed. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Waffle House will no longer charge extra for eggs. The Norcross-based restaurant chain is ending the 50-cent surcharge announced 5 months ago as egg prices soared amid a shortage due to bird flu. It is now 5:34. This news sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still watching the brake lights up into Norcross in Duluthville via I-85 northbound. You slow right around Shallowford Road, and you're going to stay on and off the brake pedal up toward Beaver Ruin Road. Then the brake lights find you again towards Swanee from Sugarloaf Parkway up to the 985 split. Maybe something new on 316 eastbound around Sugarloaf Parkway, making that drive out toward Lawrenceville. We will check on that. 400 northbound, it is just a slow ride this afternoon, starting in Sandy Springs from 285 all the way up into Roswell, where a crash that was in the right lane is now on the right shoulder at Mansell Road, exit number 8. Still some southbound delays where it had been raining earlier from Old Milton Parkway as you head down past Holcomb Bridge Road. How's I-75 northwest of town, Sydney Darden?
Well, all that backup from I-285 is really trickling over 75 southbound. Those brake lights stretch all the way back towards exit 263 at South Marietta Parkway. It's a really, really rough ride from there to get onto that northwestern perimeter elsewhere towards Cherokee County. I-75 and 575 northbound, you're really starting to see those brakes around exit 1 to Barrett Parkway as you're making your way up towards Kennesaw and Cherokee counties. No relief until you hit the exit for Highway 92. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight, then drying out for tomorrow morning, lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 89. Lower humidity for Thursday and Friday, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s, staying dry for Independence Day on Friday. And on Saturday, partly cloudy, morning low 73, afternoon high 90.
Pockets of heavy rain showing up now on Storm Tracker radar. Some heavy rain in Cobb County right now. Also north DeKalb, North Fulton getting in on the rain action. It's 90 in Lawrenceville, 87 in Brookhaven, 86 in College Park. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
School's out, so traffic is down, but your guard should still be up. Hey, it's Smilin' Mark McKay for John Foy and Associates, the Strong Arm. Summer road trips, aggressive drivers, and teen drivers could lead to more wrecks. I know. I see them each and every day. Been hit and hurt in a life-changing wreck? Make the life-changing call to the Strong Arm. Insurance companies want to pay you way less than you deserve. The Strong Arm will fight for you. Zero cost until they win. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation. JohnFoy.com.
Let me dispose of this pretzel.
You and the gum? Pretzels? What else you got to smack on over
Do
there?
you know you cannot create a fantastic radio show on a daily
Without
basis?
sustenance and salt.
Sustenance, salt, sugar, Cocaine. No, I'm just kidding, of course.
Nah, in the 70s and 80s, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But we're better than that now,
Yeah,
for heaven's sake.
we've learned.
I wonder what that
Now it's
powder.
crystal meth.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
Gotta end this war.
I was wondering what that powder was in the bathroom.
Oh, the pink stuff?
Yeah, I was wondering what that was.
Stefan Diggs left it. I don't know. I didn't ask him. So we are still draining the brain of the great Bill Crane. Something a little closer to home, perhaps.
Well, it's
Jared.
July 1st. 100 new
Yeah,
laws.
we know. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. What?
Well,
It's
this
July
is-
1st?
this is a big
Wow.
deal.
My
This-
daughter's 18th birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Olivia
yes.
Christa.
Yeah, Olivia. We met Olivia. She was wonderful.
Thank you.
And today's a big day legislatively here in Georgia because all of those laws that the Georgia legislature put through back in March now take effect today. And the two biggest ones, in my opinion, are number one, cornbread and Brunswick stew are now Georgia's official state foods.
Wouldn't that be number one and number two?
That's what I
You
said.
Number one. You said
Dep-
number
one and number
Well,
two.
it depends on your gastro system.
Listen. I'm not. Does one go to one goes to the other? Yes, very good. So I got to tell you this. I'm not against this. I love me some Brunswick stew, and I love cornbread as long as you got like 18 pounds of butter to put on it. Because cornbread without butter, get out of
It's
here.
dry.
Do you put it in your chili or
I
your
will.
Brunswick stew?
I will put it in the chili. I've never really put it into
Gumbo,
the Brunswick.
collards. Yeah, it's really good in collards.
Well, I don't like collards.
You're not a southerner.
No, I'm not a southerner.
You don't like collards?
He just
No,
said that.
He just said that
What
twice.
is wrong with you?
Eric, do you like collards?
You know, it's funny you asked that question, Autumn. The answer is no. I don't like collards.
Yeah.
I'm not a big vegetable.
Gasp.
I'm
Well,
not
the
a big
leaves-
greens guy. That's
The
all.
leaves aren't sharp enough.
If we
for
ever
me.
go to Mary Mac's for lunch, you can try their collards or have the
Oh,
what's
those are
called the
fire.
pot liquor, which is the stew that's under the bottom of the pan.
See, I think you should actually have to lick the pot, though.
Yes.
That's
Well, you
important.
do. I mean, it's the food of poverty. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
And so you would dunk the cornbread in the pot liquor and then eat the cornbread.
So good.
That's. I'm so happy. What would we do without poverty to produce some of the greatest foods we've ever had?
Bangers and mash?
Bangers and mash.
Hush puppies? Hush puppies.
And now they're
Fried
expensive.
catfish.
I mean,
Those things will eat anything, but it's a tasty dish.
yeah, the only fish that maybe sometimes I will eat, if it's totally, it's got to be like totally fluffy though. No gray.
You
all
like the
white.
cornmeal coating on it when they fry it?
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I have it like once every 7 years. So, yeah. I mean,
Or
actually,
you break a mirror. It's one of those two.
but you're right. Yeah, if you get a free, I'd break a mirror, have some fish, move on with my life. But yeah, you're right. If I'm eating fish, that's probably the worst thing for my heart because I'm eating fried fish.
It's the only way it tastes good.
That's the only, yeah.
Probably
fry,
farmed anyway at this point.
Yeah, fry
Most
the
catfish.
fish out of it. That's what I say.
The bones are still in there, but
It's the only food that at a restaurant people send it back for tasting too much like what it is. Nobody ever sends back a peanut butter
too
sandwich.
fishy.
It's too peanut buttery. Yeah, so that's all you need to know. I don't like these foods that turn too quickly. All right, but I do like the Brunswick stew. So I don't mind. I don't mind that my taxpayer money went
you
to
ought to
that.
come with me to Stewbally in Brunswick or the
Stewbally?
Stewbally. It's a competition of Brunswick
Like
stews.
Jubilee.
Oh,
Like Jubilee.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a Stewbally.
Yeah, it's a Stewbally.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll show up
writing
at
this
the
down.
end and eat.
And the big pig
I don't
jig
like
at
judge-
Vienna in October also has a Brunswick stew.
I don't like judging people, even if they're chili
Yeah,
or
but
they're
they give you
stew.
free samples.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. I know that there are people that are going take a sample and go, nope. And I just don't think
Too
that's
much
the spirit.
vinegar, yeah.
I don't like that. I don't know why people like to be judged like that.
They get prizes.
Yeah, but I don't want to put up with people's nonsense. All right, you
Like
don't like
these
my
firemen
chili.
come from all over the country to the big pig jig and have three-story smokehouses and compete over
See,
the
I think
barbecue.
of pigs dancing when you say that.
They
I think
do.
it's like,
They do.
Three of them. Like
The
that.
one that was
for the
in,
wolf.
Yeah, the one that was in Charlotte's Web and two others.
Wilbur.
Oh, Wilbur. So was it the
Pretty good
spider?
Paul Lynde right
Thank
off
you.
the spot.
Was the spider being nice to? I read this when I was a
Wilbur, yes.
child.
Yes.
And
Yeah, she
Charlotte was
encouraging
showing the animals how to read and write and was writing in the web,
Right.
Charlotte's Web, showing Wilbur how to read so
But-
he wouldn't get slaughtered.
this is okay, but the thing is, the spider had to eat too. So the web is being used to trap innocent
Well,
insects.
but they didn't
Wilbur
show that
didn't
in the
like
movie.
it.
That was it was,
That's
it was
not
not,
what this-
Disney. They own it now, but it was not Disney.
That's
Debbie
not what
Reynolds
it
was
is. That's not what Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web was trying to show how impressive the pig was. Charlotte
right.
wrote the
Homer's
things in the
pig,
web.
but she was also teaching him stuff so he would be bright and do stuff. Yeah,
All right, guys, I
Homer's-
don't want this to come to blows.
No, as we get to Templeton the Rat, I'm sure we're gonna have.
I read it in like second grade, so I remember liking it. But I do over the years.
Fred Oblschmort.
Yeah, I didn't watch the cartoon. I didn't watch the cartoon.
That was the best song
it's
in the movie.
It's good.
See, in the book, there were no songs. Why do they, whenever they do these things, they only put music in
Because Disney puts music in all their movies. So for a time, all the animated movies also had music to mimic.
Just give me more Paul Lynde.
Oh,
He was
God,
that- he
you're
had
an
the best
ugly
song in the movie.
pig.
Yeah.
It was that joke you told me that, yeah, we can't do it on the air.
Which joke?
The one that ends with, I think.
Probably Hollywood.
Or is it a
But
joke
he was-
about what women
Yeah, he
need
was working at a strip club or something.
That's right.
This place smells like ha ha ha.
Oh, yeah. I think.
Bad ending of Paul Lynde.
Yes.
Well,
So,
yeah, that'll happen when
things
you're
that-
doing coke at that age.
Man, no, more than that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of
Uppers.
There was a couple of unused bottles there.
Oh, the
or
amyl
used.
nitrate?
Yeah. Not a good way to go. What was he, like 60 or something? What was he?
He was in his 60s, early 60s.
Well, look, we all got to go one way. There's a million ways to go. And the way Paul Lynde went is a unique one that some people go that way.
My roommate moved out.
I thought that guy was hilarious when I was a kid.
He was?
He was.
Was he?
Witched. Yeah, on Hollywood Squares. Yeah.
Have you ever watched,
That stuff wasn't scripted.
He was a good singer, too.
Have you ever watched he had a Halloween special.
Yes,
in
the
the
one
70s.
with Billy Burke and the witch from The
The
Wizard of
and-
Oz.
Tim Conway.
And also Kiss.
And Barbara. It was produced
Kiss.
by Sid and Marty Krofft. It was
Yes.
bizarre.
It was. I remember as a kid, I was such a Paul Lynde fan that I was watching it because TV Guide said it was coming up, and I loved it. And Kiss was on, and then I went back and watched it on YouTube about 5 years ago.
Didn't hold up well.
Unwatchable. Wow. TV really used to suck in this country.
Well, he had
Substances help.
multiple attempts at sitcoms that didn't
Yeah,
make
didn't
it.
make it, yeah.
Did you ever watch the show where the Ray Walston shows up to be his boss and he's playing a Japanese guy?
No.
He's playing a
the
Japanese
Ray
guy?
Walston is.
Oh, Ray Walston.
With the accent and all that.
Well, the problem with Paul Lynde is nobody bought him as the doting husband, and
Oh,
back
with the
then,
kids?
all of the sitcoms had to be the doting or whatever, the husband with the kids.
Yeah,
and
he was better as Uncle Arthur and the
Yeah.
funny uncle.
Yeah, better as that.
He'd help Buck Star.
It would be like trying to put Liberace out there as well, he's the husband of, and there are 4 kids. All right, I don't know.
Worked for the Bradys. There were 6.
Yes, there were. And I used to work with Cindy Brady, and do I know some stories?
Oh.
All right, so
So of those 100 new laws that are taking effect here in Georgia,
Mhm.
I figured that cornbread and Brunswick stew were the 2 most important. But Bill Crane, you might have a better
Well,
one.
they gave $500 million to education, safety education funding. Another several $100 million to mental health initiatives.
is that so we can get more Brunswick stew in the
well,
cafeterias?
to get into the cafeterias, it's a vegetable and it's a fruit and it's a condiment.
Sounds good to me.
And laws that you wouldn't expect. For example, tenant rights. One of the laws: if you pay a deposit to move into an apartment complex and you don't get the lease, the owner of the apartment complex has to give you the deposit back. For lower income folks, that's significant.
Okay.
Not the damage deposit if you move in, but the deposit for your application and.
Oh, I see.
security and background check.
So okay. So if everything comes through all right, you got to get that back. They can't
Correct.
hold that. Okay, I thought that's the way that it was.
No, it's basically money. It's basically a fee to go through the,
Mhm.
checking you out, and then you don't get.
Boy,
the lease.
they'll nickel and dime you any way they
Well,
can.
I mean, you talk
won't
about
they?
first month's rent, last month's rent, damage deposit, and
Yeah.
application deposit. You're $3,000 or $4,000 for a lot of people. They don't have that.
It's indentured housitude. I'm calling that.
Write that down.
I just made that up on the spot. And it shows because it's meaningless. Alex Williams says there's trouble on 285 in Smyrna.
Yeah, I've been dealing with a stall in the second right lane, 285 southbound, the outer loop before you get to Paces Ferry Road, exit 18. And luckily, it just got moved to the right shoulder, but that has not helped the ride on 285 west and southbound as you make your way through Sandy Springs and into Cobb County. It's also adding to the brake lights on 75 southbound, leaving Marietta trying to get down to Truist Park in the I-285 region. Elsewhere, DOT has reports of a new stall on 285 northbound, the outer loop before Glenwood Road, exit number 44 there in DeKalb County, and it is knocking out a right lane, slowing the ride back before Flat Shoals, exit 48. Looking for some new trouble on the south side of town with the help of Sydney Darden.
Yeah, it's in the left-hand lane. People are already starting to divert around it. 75 southbound, your exit 228 as you're approaching Highway 138, making your way through Stockbridge. Those delays are already starting to stack up pretty quickly, so go ahead and be ready for just a few more brake lights. Elsewhere, we're also watching the ride slow down as you're making your way towards exit 212. over through Locust Grove area. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia, NASA confirms the bright fireball spotted in the sky was indeed a meteorite across the U.S.
The court just ruled parents can opt their kids out of LGBTQ-themed instruction.
and around the world.
The president says he thinks Iran is done trying to create a nuclear weapon.
We've got it covered.
He saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris.
It made it so that the executive has more power than it did before.
They blew these places up in a major league way.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. You can earn a hiring bonus up to $2,500. Apply today at overheaddooratlanta.com. overheaddooratlanta.com.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now, there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just one visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. We can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. You can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Does it seem like it's getting louder and louder? Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. That noise is your garage door crying for help. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Our highly trained technicians provide 24/7 service, upfront pricing, and free estimates. We service all major brands. Our products are warranted, and our work is guaranteed. We will treat you like our only customer. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see "Get a Phone on Us," get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
I forgot to tell the Mike McDonald story. Have to do it next time.
Not related to Ronald.
No.
Just for your listeners.
No. Speaking about Ronald McDonald, for fans of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so Rob McElhenney apparently is changing his name officially to Rob Mack.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was wondering why. Why do you say it's cool?
I think it's because that's his character on the show.
No, he's doing it because that show and other things that he's involved with are going international, and he says People just can't seem to understand his last name, so he's just
easier to
making
get
it-
those residual checks if they
just-
could write your
Trailer
name.
for the
Exactly.
new season is out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
What
funny.
seed is like 18? What
17, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. I don't think they're ever going to stop. Now, can you look this up, George Clark? Because I saw a picture of him holding up an award. It was my belief that Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which overall, all things being equal, has been the best comedy show.
Good of the modern era.
Yes, of the modern era. But that they had never won an award or even been nominated for an Emmy or anything like that. But in this picture for the story, I saw him.
Comedy Central did, and I think People's Choice maybe, but you're right.
Yeah,
They
it's
They deserve an award. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's absurd. It's absurd that the best comedy show over all these years has not gotten an award and rarely gets nominated. Although they did an episode where they're trying to get an award as a restaurant, and the whole thing is a metaphor for the show. And they go to a popular bar, and it has all these elements that these stupid sitcoms have. It's very hilarious.
They've won a satellite award, which I don't know what that is.
That's for having best show on a satellite.
People's Choice Award. They've
Yeah,
won.
People's Choice. Yeah, that's a good one. But no Emmys.
No Emmys.
That's crazy.
Well, these award shows don't even matter. I was thinking the other day, the Grammys, didn't they totally ignore the Magdalena Bay album from last year? It was an amazing imaginal disc. 2 people recorded it basically in their home. It's unbelievable. And the Grammys are like, Beyonce. We've heard of Beyonce. Yeah, I mean, I think it was completely ignored. Not even Best New Act or anything along those lines. All right, what do we have for Bill Crane on the way out here?
Well, Jerome Powell is clapping back. He says the Fed would have cut rates this year if it weren't for Trump's tariffs. So he's fighting back against Trump.
Well,
since
screw
they've
him.
been going back and forth.
I think he's correct, but I think he should just keep his mouth shut. I think people. No, I don't mean in a bad way. Like he shouldn't speak up.
Generally speaking, the heads of the Fed does not talk.
The people who have brains and understand what's going on
Know what he said already.
are going to understand that he's doing the right thing. The mob will never understand his right thing, so there's no need for him to go on the record. Trump's going to call him names. Trump followers will hate him because Trump says to hate him. And anybody that has more than 7 beans between their ears are going to understand that Jerome Powell is doing exactly what you're supposed to do, which is you're not supposed to get caught up in what the president wants on that day. Now, do we need the Fed at all? That's a whole different thing. But as long as we have the
Created
Fed
here in Georgia.
and their charter, yes, down there in
Made Brunswick stew on Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island, I'm sure there's plenty of cornbread, but not enough butter and no Paul Lind.
And
I don't think they had collard greens either, which would have been lucky.
Yeah. So I just think Jerome Powell just needs to do his job, keep his head down. Apparently, Trump is going to let people know who he's going to have after Powell. I think Powell has another year or 2 left. And so you're going to have this shadow.
He's got a strong Treasury
Fed
Secretary.
guy.
He's also serving as a buffer.
Yeah. I mean,
He's already offered, too. Scott Bessent has already offered. He said, if Trump wants me to, I'll take that position.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful.
gig.
It's, I mean, he'll jump to that position or do both of them?
He'll jump to that position.
Or get into that position from what we
now, Bill Crane. Bill Crane's trying to get Eric Von Hessler canceled. But you know what? I'm kind of tired. Maybe I'd look forward to it. Bill Crane, let people know how they can get more Bill Crane.
CSI Crane, One Man's Opinion, WSBRadio.com. The column coasts on Mondays.
There we go. Great column. Alex Williams, thank you, sir. Alex Williams says 75 is rough between Morrow and Stockbridge.
Yeah, all due to this crash, now sounding a travel advisory. At least 2 left lanes blocked. 75 South, Highway 138, exit 228. And we're already seeing the brake lights back to Highway 54, exit 233. Avoid it all, you 675 South as an alternate. Before you get there, 75 southbound is slow through Hateville, passing the International Terminal from Central Avenue for that slow ride passing I-285 and Forest Parkway. Still seeing plenty of brake lights through downtown Sydney, Darden.
Yeah, and they haven't let up in the last hour, so in fact, they've gotten worse. 75 southbound, you're going to start hitting those brake lights well before exit 252 to Howell Mill and Northside Drive. I-85 southbound, the merge from Georgia 400 southbound is also a complete mess. Brake lights on the connector southbound, all through downtown, all through Midtown as well. Northbound, I-85 northbound around exit 244 University Avenue is where you're going to start to see the majority of those brake lights really fill in if you're headed from Clayton County and making your way towards the heart of the city. No relief until you reach 17th Street heading towards Midtown. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Private Selection Angus 80% lean ground chuck is on sale. 16-ounce packages are $5.49 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Moving is supposed to be exciting, but let's be honest, it usually turns into a juggling act. Sell one house, buy another, try not to lose your mind. That's where Orchard comes in. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard flips the process. Instead of waiting for your current home to sell, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy your next place first, settle in, and breathe a little. While you're unpacking, Orchard is busy getting your old home ready, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does, you get that extra cash too. So yeah, one payday when you buy, another when you sell. It's not magic, it's just smart real estate. No stress, no awkward timing, no crashing in your aunt's guest room for a month. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. 2 paydays, 1 move, 0 chaos. That's Orchard.
What we love about our ability to help patients at QC Kinetics is seeing their pure delight at finally being able to do the things they enjoy without pain.
I had a patient start treatment with me. He wanted to be able to be active again and do some of his sports that he really enjoyed.
Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics, treats patients with chronic joint pain using their body's own biologics. The goal? Get them back to living their best lives without surgery or harmful drugs.
He came back and he goes, what I wasn't expecting was the ability to play on the floor with my grandchildren. Even just saying it now, I have goosebumps because it's changing those small moments that you take for granted.
Don't let joint pain rob you of those moments. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It just warms my heart to be able to help people live the life they want to live and get those small moments back.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story, the jury in the Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial reaches a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts against him. CBS's Derica Duncan reports on a note the jurors sent to the judge late today.
We have reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, 5, unable on count 1. That is that racketeering conspiracy. Again, this is what the note said. And it also said, have jurors with unpersuadable opinions.
Because the judge wants jurors to continue deliberating on that final count, we don't know what the verdicts are. The deliberations will resume tomorrow morning. It is 90 degrees in Atlanta. Pockets of heavy rain around the metro area at this hour. How long does it last?
Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight.
Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Now, WSB Money Update. Georgia Power rates are frozen for 3 years after a vote today by the Public Service Commission, but there is mixed reaction.
Commissioner Tim Echols says the rate freeze shows the PSC is responsive to consumer concerns.
Freezing these rates shows that we're listening to ratepayers and we're doing all we can to protect them.
But Patty Duran with Georgians for Affordable Energy says the commission should actually be forcing a drop in rates to reflect industry norms and addressing cutoff rates far above the national average.
There's so much abuse going on at this commission against residential customers. It's unreal.
unreal. It's very disturbing.
The freeze locks in rates through the end of 2027. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
An immigration judge grants bond today for the Hispanic journalist in ICE custody in Georgia.
At a bail hearing in the case of ICE-detained Hispanic journalist Mario Guevara, government prosecutors acknowledged Guevara was not breaking any laws at the time he was arrested covering a protest in DeKalb County. His lawyer successfully argued that the Salvadoran, who's been in America more than 20 years, poses no risk to the community and should be free while his immigration process continues. A judge granted $7,500 bond. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The Senate passes President Trump's big, beautiful bill today. Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
Georgia Senator John Ossoff says this bill will be bad for many people in Georgia.
Middle-class families in much of Georgia are likely to see multi-$1,000 per year increases in health care costs.
President Trump says the spending bill has something for everyone. He's urging the House to pass it by July 4th. The city of McDonough is considering a new noise and smoke ordinance.
Complaints about the levels of noise and secondhand smoke have led to the possibility of ordinances regulating the two. Mayor Sandra Vincent tells WSB the council is just now in the listening stage.
We've got businesses who are saying if we can't have outside patio smoking, then this is going to have a negative impact on our business.
She says they're moving slowly to come to a good decision for all and is not sure both ordinances will be approved. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A Covington police officer is arrested during a DUI investigation. The Georgia State Patrol says 52-year-old Police Lieutenant Al Miller was off duty at the time. When troopers stopped him, they say he had an open can of Blue Moon and almost fell over during a field sobriety test. Interim Covington Police Chief calls the arrest deeply disappointing. Televangelist Jimmy Swaggart is dead at the age of 90. He was known for famously responding to a 1988 sex scandal and a televised apology.
I have sinned against you. I beg you, forgive me.
Swaggart suffered a cardiac arrest earlier this month. A shocker at Wimbledon today. Former Metro Atlanta resident Coco Gauff is out after a shocking loss in the opening round. Gauff was coming off a win in the last major at the French Open. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory into Stockbridge. Bill crash, 2 left lanes, 75 southbound, Highway 138, exit 228, and it has cooked the ride back to Highway 54, Jonesboro Road in Morrow. Use I-675 southbound as an alternate. Rain has been a factor for sure in the northwest or the northern suburbs, especially on 75. You're seeing wet pavement delays in both directions between Kennesaw and the Truist Park region. It's also made 400 northbound a rough ride this afternoon the whole way, leaving Sandy Springs from I-285 up to Holcomb Bridge Road. Exit number 7 in the Roswell area. Also seeing some southbound delays out of Alpharetta trying to get down past the Chattahoochee River. We also got a trouble spot over on 285 in DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, it's a stalled vehicle that's been knocking out the left lane, 285 northbound on the outer loop near exit 44, just before exit 44 to Glenwood Road, and it's causing those delays to stack up pretty quickly all the way back past I-20 on to Flat Shoals and Candler Road. You're actually going to start seeing those delays start to thicken up as soon as you merge one from I-675 from the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight, then drying out for tomorrow morning, lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 89. Lower humidity for Thursday and Friday, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s, staying dry for Independence Day on Friday. And on Saturday, partly cloudy, morning low 73, afternoon high 90.
And as we check Storm Tracker radar right now, we have a now severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southeastern Henry County. Severe thunderstorm warning, southeastern Henry County. Also some heavy rain right now in East Cobb, moving into North Fulton and then into North DeKalb County here in the next few minutes. It is 79 in Sandy Springs, 88 in Buford, and 77 in Locust Grove. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Loud and proud, Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
I got to call Dr. Joe out like that.
Well, I guess he's here. He's going to be on.
Why
for
is
Shelley.
Dr. Joe here?
Well, it just surprised me.
Why, you're not happy to see me?
No, I am. Of course, I was just surprised.
You got a banana in your pocket.
I didn't know that he's filling in for Shelley
You're
Winter.
absolutely right, Autumn. He was like, "Why is Dr. Joe here?" I'm like, "Well, I think he's filling in for Shelley."
Not
Listen,
Wednesday.
It's just not working. Yeah, it's
not
getting out of my
computing.
routine, and Joe is Wednesdays. This is Tuesday. I'm totally freaked out.
You've been asleep for 2 days.
Before I get to bring Paul Stanley in for the music news, I do have to. This is for Autumn. Really, not the way that Jared says it's for Autumn. Like,
Thank you.
You know, because I think you will disagree with this. I don't know, but I read an interesting. It's just an editorial kind of piece, and it's in something called Girls. That's just the name of the online thing, I guess. Just Girls.
Okay.
So I guess just girls writing for girls. I guess.
That's weird because I'm a woman.
You are a woman, and then the writer's name. I wonder about.
Is it
It's
girl?
Yeah, but it's Freya India or Freya Freya. Freya India.
Freya.
Doesn't that sound like a made up name?
It does sound AIE.
Yeah, but
AI.
AI AI boy.
Yeah, boy.
So, but if this is AI, it came up with a pretty good editorial. So it's called "Nobody Has a Personality Anymore. We Are Products with Labels," and it goes after this. This is a female point of view on. I'm just going to read just a couple paragraphs because it's a long piece. TLDR, I know for most people, but if you find it, I would like for. I was reading this thinking, boy, I'd like for Autumn to read this, and then when I was reading for more than 4 or 5 minutes, I was like, well, Autumn's never going to get to this point, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to read.
Well, she can't read. Yeah.
Well, she's trying. Therapy speak has taken over our language. It is ruining how we talk about romance and relationships, narrowing how we think about hurt and suffering, and now we are losing the words for who we are. Nobody has a personality anymore. In a therapeutic culture, every personality trait becomes a problem to be solved. Anything too human, every habit, every eccentricity, every feeling too strong has to be labeled and explained. And this inevitably expands over time, encompassing more and more of us until nobody is normal. Some say young people are making their disorders their whole personality. No, it's worse than that. Now they're being taught that their normal personality is a disorder. According to a 2024 survey, 72% of Gen Z girls said that mental health challenges are an important part of my identity. Only 27% of boomer men said the same thing. One more paragraph. This is part of a deeper instinct in modern life, I think, to explain everything. Psychologically, scientifically, evolutionarily, everything about us is caused, categorized, and can be corrected. We talk in theories, frameworks, systems, structures, drives, motivations, mechanisms, but in exchange for explanation, we lost mystery, romance, and lately, I think, ourselves. It goes on from there. It was very interesting, and there's a few, there's a couple of stills, I guess, from influencers. And of course, one of them is why this influencer is talking about anything meta. Her face is as smooth as could possibly. There's no way that nature couldn't create this face. Okay. And she looks to be about 32. And in the screen grab, you can see the words underneath her. She's saying, what's funny is that once you start learning about trauma, you realize that everybody's personality is literally just a trauma response. And then there's one down a little bit lower, very pretty young lady here with a backward baseball cap. Only pretty young ladies can rock the backward baseball cap.
And bros.
Well, pretty young
bros.
Sixth thing, and then on top of the thing you see, her thing is 6 things I thought were my personality, but were actually my undiagnosed ADHD. So, moderation in all things. I think we can agree. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't psychologically try to figure yourself out, but I think it's a good point there. People used to say to me, and I used to be like this more than I am now, but I still have traits of it. People are like, oh, you're passive aggressive. And they were right. I was passive. I still am to a certain degree, not as much as I used to be. But my point is, Well, everybody's got to land somewhere, right? You're going to have a personality trait. I'll take passive aggressive over serial killer or
Well, don't-
abuser.
We don't have to go to extremes.
Sure, that's where I live on the extremes.
I know,
Like,
but
if somebody-
that's not right either.
But
Let
I
me-
mean, so
can I
you-
say what I think about this?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So I think that for a lot of people, I'm just guessing, right? The first blush is that there are a lot of things in this world that we don't seem to be able to have any influence over anymore. Things have gotten so big, right? As far as like a company or something, you know, you
Or
don't matter
$36
anymore.
trillion in debt or whatever.
Sure,
Yeah.
like things are just out of our control, and so in order to maybe distance ourselves from stuff like that, we have to distance ourselves from feeling. And what people tend to do when they distance themselves from feeling but still want to explain things is intellectualize everything. So we're intellectualizing everything instead of just feeling. And so what you would do if you maybe focused more on your feelings is what is working for you and what is not working for you. So like a personality trait can be fine, but if it's not working for you, then if your passive aggressiveness is pushing your family away, then that's something that you should focus on and change.
'Cause it's
and that
working.
Could be a trauma response, and then you can find
'Cause
out
it's
like, maybe
working?
that is real.
Is that why?
you know?
Because it's working?
Why don't you work on it?
But I'm just saying,
Yes.
you know, like
No, right.
yeah, there are things that maybe should be examined and really are trauma responses and our parts of our personality that maybe are not working for us anymore, that maybe need to be changed or at least understood. But to do that to every single part of yourself is not the point.
Well, it becomes, it's just a little bit too much. And I here's something I'm coming to in my later years is it's okay. It's okay that you're not perfect at this. It's okay that, that person said that you're an idiot. Do I need to respond? No, actually I don't. It's okay. It's okay for that person to think I'm an
But
idiot.
that's a shame
I
that you're
am
learning
kind
that
of
now.
Well, it's
Better late than never.
This
You
is
could have absolutely, but there could have been some therapy that you could have gone to.
no,
maybe.
but I think at the
Found
same
this out
time,
sooner.
at the same time, I wouldn't have. I don't know. There's something, and I'm not an expert at this, obviously, but there's something about that period of your life where you just have your head down and you're just bulldozing ahead and you're trying to make things happen, and that's the most important thing, is to make things happen. So when I was in my 20s, I was like, I'm dirt broke. I don't like this. I want to make something happen. I want to change this. And then so for the next 15, 20 years, it was just about having my head down and plowing through that and trying. And I think that if I was gazing at my own navel at that time, I think maybe I'm not standing here right now. I can't prove that.
Yeah,
I can't
don't
prove
know.
that, but
I
I
think
don't.
that two things can be done simultaneously. You can still be working really hard and focused on goals, and still say, you know, maybe there are some things that I want to change.
But
or
you
maybe
do
some
have to be
things that could
careful.
Make my family and friends more happy.
You have to be careful because the neuroses is thinking about thinking, and you
Well,
can
that's
think,
neuroses is anxiety.
Yeah, but you can
So
think
if you-
about stuff too much.
Yes,
Because there's always bad outcomes. Like nobody, can we all agree that we're never going to live in a world where everybody's happy? We're never going to live
This
in a
is not
world.
extreme. You always go to an extreme. It's
I
really interesting.
do because I think
Yeah,
that
you
because
don't
I
need
think
to.
I know, but
The dog's upset.
I know that I'm sorry about the dog, but what I'm trying to say is most of the people who have ever lived and died on this planet in history lived in extremes. That's why I bring it up. I don't. And I don't ever want to forget that. I don't ever want to forget that, oh, I'm out of something. I'll get in my car and I'll drive to Kroger and
Yes.
I'll have it. And I'll
Absolutely.
And, you know,
those things can still be appreciated while still feeling things that maybe in relation to someone else is nothing compared to what they're going through, but can still be significant for you.
I just remember when I was about 21 years of age, maybe 23, and I was on a city bus in Rochester, New York, and sitting behind me were two elderly ladies, and I was privy to their conversation. And one was talking about
I'm so glad we're not in the war.
their son-in-law who never seems to be able to get anything done because he's always got problems and he's always this, that, and nothing ever really happens. And then the other lady said, well, that's because these men today, they're not men anymore. In our day, she said, men got up, they went out, they worked their butts off.
That's
they
right.
got home, they ate, they were so tired, they went to sleep, they didn't have time to
They
bitch
didn't
and moan.
love their kids.
Well, yeah, the
They
kids.
didn't, they didn't waste their time loving their family.
Oh, sure, they love their
You didn't
families.
bother
They
me
just
with sex?
showed it differently.
What has happened to my WSB?
We're making you smarter. That's what's happening. Bet you Paul
Paul,
Stanley's
you-
not
Paul-
happy.
I don't care.
Oh, yeah? What do you think about all this? You get into your feelings or stiff upper lip?
Stiff upper lip.
Paul's been
I'm a
concerned.
man.
That's right.
He's a boomer, that's why.
You've been concerned about this Diddy case.
Not really.
I feel like you've gone to a Diddy party.
Well, you got me.
The 70s were a crazy time.
He
I
did
think
it.
weirder things may have
Yeah,
happened.
he did
in
all
the
the
70s.
He did all the Diddy stuff before Diddy got out was up 10, right? The 70s.
Have you ever heard of a guy by the by the name of Jimmy Page?
Yes. By the way, wasn't Diddy's father was a gangster who I think became an FBI informant. George, check that out for me. See if that's true.
He was a snitch.
I believe his father was a snitch.
Wow.
Because I think
I said wow.
not to make light of it, but I think he may have gotten killed for that reason by
Really?
other gang members. I'm not sure. I believe so. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 75 in Stockbridge.
And it's made a mess of the ride out of Morrow, Eric. It is a travel advisory. 2 left lanes are blocked. 75 southbound, Highway 138, exit number 228. It has stacked up the ride back to Highway 54. That means using I-675 south as an alternate. And looking for something new in the backup, 670 or 75 southbound, right around Forest Parkway. That's keeping the ride slow out of Hateville. If you're riding on Georgia 400, I'm watching it absolutely pour down rain through Sandy Springs. That's keeping 400 both north and southbound slow anywhere between Alpharetta and Roswell. Use extra caution on the wet pavement there. And we've also been tracking delays on 285 over into DeKalb County, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and they're really heavy leaving Spaghetti Junction, particularly I-285 eastbound on the inner loop, really slow as you're making your way I-285 southbound past La Vista Road, exit 37. A little bit of relief around US 78, but again, it's going to be a bit of an on and off the pedal situation until you reach exit 46 to merge onto I-20. Elsewhere, we're still watching that stalled vehicle again, I-285 northbound on the outer loop near Glenwood Road, that's causing delays all the way back to Candler. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, this report is sponsored by Georgia Aquarium. This summer, experience bioluminescence and all things light during glow nights at the Georgia Aquarium. Save $10 after 4 p.m. You can just visit georgiaaquarium.org. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You're by the pool. You're relaxing.
You're sipping a drink.
Someone brings you a towel.
Adjust the umbrella.
Sound like a fantasy?
It's not if you win $1,000 from WSB.
It's WSB's $1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or the WSB app within that hour, and you could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays
from 95.5 WSB.
where Atlanta wins.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where AquaGuard comes in, a Groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at aquaguard.net/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
How about you shut up, Jared, because we're back.
I couldn't help it. Stop
Need
talking
to
about
know
the bear.
the synopsis
It's
of
good.
the bear.
There's an angry chef.
They finally went back to
Mad.
the basics. They went back to
Of
the
being
basics.
angrier.
The season 1 was good.
Yeah.
Season 2 was excellent.
Yeah.
Season 3 was garbage. And now
Uh-huh.
season 4 they went back to the basics.
And it's good.
I'm enjoying it.
And that's the guy who's playing Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, he'll be great.
Have an Italian beef sandwich.
Well, the Bruce Springsteen thing I found out is kind of focused as a movie. It's not going to be him coming up and everything. It's just the period after Born in the USA leading up to Nebraska.
So the
When he met
boring,
Courtney
the
Cox?
boring year.
The boring year? Is that what's
Yeah.
Paul Stanley? You found it? I think Nebraska's
I want to see
one
him
of his
recording
best.
his first 2 records, which are, by the way, the best.
Those are great records. But I would say that Nebraska's
What's on
pretty
that?
great. Well, you've got Atlantic City. That's
Hungry
on that.
Hearts?
No, Hungry Heart came before Born in the USA. That was The River.
Okay, I like that one.
Yeah, Atlantic City was on there.
Mm-hmm.
As long as State Trooper, I think it was called. Mr. State Trooper.
Did any of them rock?
No, there was no rock. It was just him, on the edge of his bed with an acoustic guitar, I believe.
Like Tom Joad?
No, listenable.
Okay.
Listenable, not like Tom Joad. All right, well, Paul Stanley is here, and he's talking music news. And I
Mhm.
have to say, I don't know if you had this, but Bruce Springsteen just dropped 7 albums.
I saw that, yeah.
7.
I've listened to all of them already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow,
What's your review?
Well, I was sleeping.
Okay. You just kept it going?
Mhm.
There's a-
You know, I love the boss.
Yeah.
Okay. I like Bruce Springsteen. Let's just leave it at that. But let me tell you this, which isn't leaving it at that.
All
but
right.
A little too political. Just get out there and perform.
Oh, I agree with that. But you guys got kind of political during the COVID
What
thing.
Gene did.
Okay.
I
You're right.
didn't.
Okay.
I said, hey, you know what? Protect your neighbors. Do what's right for you, but protect your neighbors.
Mhm.
You know,
Basically the
Gene was out
government
there-
line.
Yeah, but Gene was out there saying, wear the mask, do this, do that. I'm like, come on, Gene.
Oh, well, it's a good thing. Well, that's probably what broke up the band eventually, I would imagine.
Yeah. Also age.
Yeah.
We're not out there like AC/DC.
So apparently all the way through, I don't know how long a period of time, Springsteen was making full albums and then not releasing them. And he ended up
Maybe
having
they're not very
7.
good.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Why would you choose not to release 7 albums?
Didn't Prince have like a whole vault? Of,
Yeah,
but that
Prince
stuff
got
was
music
good.
for the next billion years. It's not all good.
Well, some of it's gotta be.
Prince
Yeah,
lost
Not
me.
all Prince stuff was good.
Yeah, well, Prince lost me like in the 90s. Like, hey, great record. Next one's a double record. Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, next one's a triple record. Okay, you know what? It's too much. This
Listen
has
to-
all come down in 2 years.
Listen to Sign of the Times
Sign of the Times is a good one. Not my favorite.
and the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah, okay, you're not really dealing in my favorite Prince area. I like. The hell's the name of the one I like?
1999.
Thunder, all through the night, thunder, and promise to see Jesus in the morning light. Take my hand, it'll be all right. Come on, tonight. No.
Is that Prince or Bruce?
That's Prince.
Bruce.
What was the name of that album? Thunder. No. Diamonds and Pearls.
That's right.
Great album. All right, let's talk about something that's maybe music news that
All right.
somebody under the age of 70 might relate to.
No, Keith Urban did not hang up on a radio host after being asked about Nicole Kidman's sex scenes.
All right, hold on. Now, are you saying no, or is that
That's
the headline?
Here's the story.
No.
Keith Urban seemingly ended an interview rather abruptly after a pair of radio talk show hosts in Australia
goofballs
asked a personal question about his wife Nicole Kidman's intimate career moments.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was much to make you. I mean, she's an actress. It's a natural question. You know, she has to do intimate
What do you
scenes.
think when she gets naked?
Yeah,
We've got
something
the
along-
audio.
All right, well, the music's playing here. So you're saying, I have not heard the audio. You're saying he did hang up on them.
He doesn't do Zoom calls, period, says a publicist.
Okay, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Was he
It's
on the
what it
phone?
So maybe it was fake?
Oh, did they make it up? Is that the allegation here?
No, he was chatting with Max and Haley.
Okay.
They're good.
We have Haley here.
Hi.
Max went home.
I'm going to hear the audio you've got here.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll get some news, traffic,
Oh, that's
weather.
good radio then.
It certainly is. All right, and Haley, when we get back, we'll figure out what happened between you,
All right.
Max, and one of country's biggest stars. Alex Williams is tracking delays in the rain on Georgia 400.
Yeah, I've been watching some heavy downpours all along Georgia 400 between Sandy Springs and Alpharetta. It's got the northbound ride slow from 285 up into Roswell. Southbound brake lights out of Alpharetta. Got to jump down to the south side because something new is going on 75 South in Henry County. They've got all of 75 South completely shut down. Right at Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. No traffic can get past there. We're trying to figure out what's going on because I do not see a crash in the way, but it is going to make a mess of that ride. Still had the express lanes open if you had the Peach Pass and want to use those, or use Highway 42 as an alternate. Before you even get there, though, travel advisory continues 75 southbound at Highway 138, exit 228. Crash into left lanes. Use I-675. Everything through downtown Atlanta, City Darden.
They're still really rough, especially through Midtown. Delays a little bit better if you're coming from I-75 southbound, but I-85 over on the east side, you're still going to be on that brake pedal from the time you merge on from Georgia 400. Really, really rough. Again, through past 10th Street, past 17th Street, past the Grady Curve until you get to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. To get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. It's the weather. Strong storms moving through metro Atlanta this hour.
Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight.
A severe thunderstorm warning expiring this hour for southeastern Henry County and southern Newton County. Also, strong thunderstorms now impacting portions of North DeKalb, southern Forsyth, Gwinnett, and North Fulton counties. Right now, it's 88 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Jurors reach a partial verdict today in the Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial in New York. The count they're stuck on is racketeering. CBS's Jerika Duncan reports deliberations resume tomorrow morning.
It appears the prosecution and the defense would like the jurors to deliberate a little bit longer. Remember, they just got this case yesterday. at about 11:40 in the morning. So they haven't been deliberating that long. And the judge appears to be moving in that direction.
They've reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts, but since the deliberations will continue, we don't know what those verdicts are. President Trump is thrilled as the Senate passes his big, beautiful bill today.
It's a great bill. There is something for everyone.
The spending bill passes with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. As that big, beautiful bill now goes back to the House, protesters converge on local congressional offices today to voice their opposition.
Protesters gather outside of the local offices of nearly every member of Georgia's congressional delegation today. 24 demonstrators wave signs and American flags outside of the Woodstock office of Congressman Barry Loudermilk. Among them, Connie, who says she wants Loudermilk to explain his support for the bill.
Sit down with us and listen and let us bring the people who are affected, and you tell them how you're gonna help them, how this is gonna work.
We reached out to Loudermilk's office for comment but have not heard back. In Woodstock, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Multiple people are arrested following an extensive investigation into a drug traffic organization operating in DeKalb County and the city of Atlanta. The DeKalb Police Department's gang unit seizes nearly 4 kilos of fentanyl, over $100,000 in cash, cocaine, meth, and marijuana, and weapons. 4 people in custody so far, and warrants are issued for more. DeKalb police say this operation dealt a serious blow to a dangerous network and undoubtedly saved lives. Tips from the public helped lead to the arrest of a suspect accused of killing a teenager in Brookhaven.
Days after Brookhaven police release a clear video of 3 suspects, there's an arrest in the murder of a 16-year-old near a McDonald's on Claremont Road.
We would not have been able to identify the suspect if it wasn't for those tips that came in through Crime Stoppers Atlanta.
Lieutenant Carlos Nino says the suspect is 18-year-old Enrique Mendoza. He's facing murder and other charges. Police are trying to determine what role the other 2 individuals seen in the video may have had in the shooting. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
New this half hour, we are hearing from the head of an Atlanta cryptocurrency firm which was hit by that North Korean IT scam for 7 figures.
I just couldn't believe it.
Atlanta Blockchain Center founder Marlon Williams' wallet, name, and emotions took major hits after the star software developer on his team he knew as Pembra Sherpa wiped out several cryptocurrency accounts. 3 years later, the FBI tells him he's victim to a systematic remote IT worker scheme.
That was also heart-wrenching. $400,000 in salary plus over $1 million in there. The big hack plus the other small ones all went to North Korea.
And although Williams knows he may never get that money back,
it was huge reputational damage that I had to kind of build my way out of. So it's refreshing to see everything come out.
In Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will reopen 7 additional parks at Lake Lanier in time for the 4th of July weekend.
Right in time for 4th of July. It's kind of, we started off this summer, with Memorial Day, and it was a little soggy, but things are looking up, weather-wise and park-wise at Lake Lanier. We're so thrilled.
Lake Lanier Stacy Dixon says all but 2 of the parks around the lake will now be accessible for the holiday. It is 6:34, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Quite the afternoon on the south side, Bill. We just had all lanes shut down. Not sure what it was, but they shut down the entire southbound ride of I-75 right around Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. They've since reopened those lanes. Might still see some flashing lights on the left and right shoulders, but all lanes are back open. Still a slow ride, leaving I-675. Now, before you get there, you still got this travel advisory. Crash into left lane, 75 South, Highway 138, exit number 228. Jamming the ride out of Morrow. Use I-675 southbound to avoid that. Also been watching brake lights over there on 285 in DeKalb County, Sydney Darden.
Yes, but those delays are honestly starting to get just a little bit better. If you're leaving Spaghetti Junction, you're still a rough ride to 85 southbound. You make your way towards exit 37 to La Vista Road. It does see some relief there, but iron off that brake pedal until you reach Memorial Drive. Elsewhere, we are still watching those brake lights 285 northbound on the outer loop due to a stalled vehicle that's been sitting in the right lane near Glenwood Road, exit 44. The past hour or so, delays still stacking you up all the way to Candler and Flat Shoals. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms may produce torrential downpours, and we'll hear rumbles of thunder all the way through midnight, then drying out for tomorrow morning, lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 89. Lower humidity for Thursday and Friday, morning lows in in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s, staying dry for Independence Day on Friday. And on Saturday, partly cloudy, morning low 73, afternoon high 90.
And Storm Tracker radar is busy at this hour. Right now we have a heavy storm about to move into the city of Atlanta. It's right now on I-20 in Douglas County, and it's heading to the east. Also some heavy rain in North Fulton and South Forsyth County. That rain moving into the heart of Gwinnett County at this hour. It's 87 in Midtown Atlanta, 78 in Dunwoody, 83 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. And with their guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no costly repairs. One listener, Ryan, he said Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. Now, we received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Choose when you want to move with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and close in as little as 21 days. Simply go to markspain.com, find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Imagine the relief of windows without annoying drafts or high energy bills. Window Comfort's making it easier than ever with buy two, get two free, no payments till 2026, and expert one-day installation. Go to windowcomfort.com for your no-pressure estimate today.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
One way or another, we're going to get to 7 p.m. All right, Jared Yamamoto, you promised me, the audience, Autumn.
And me.
And, of course, I was getting to the most important part. George Clark and me and Paul Stanley.
Okay.
We're all promised that you would play this Keith Urban. So there is some controversy as to whether this went down the way it's been reported. So Keith Urban is calling into an Australian like radio station.
The
Sounds
Haley
like
and
kinda
Max show.
Morning type of wacky show.
There's Haley there.
There's Haley. Max, how come
Hello.
you're taking the day off? What's going on with you, Max?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down
Well,
at
you
the
know
bar.
what?
He's down at the bar.
Oh, he's down at the bar.
Haley,
But, you know,
okay.
it's like winter time here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you guys are opposite. I get
We're on
it.
the other side of the planet.
Still at the bar.
I know that, Max. It's cool. You can just go back to your bar. You're
Well, you
fine.
can have a couple points.
Couple.
So,
I've had like 12.
that's going to make for a good show tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Finally
Keith
did.
Urban is, and then they have this wacky part at the end where it's like, talk about your secrets or something. He agrees to,
Yeah.
and then they ask him about how he feels about Nicole Kidman having sex with other people in
And
the
there's-
movies. And the report is he just hangs up. Now his people are saying he didn't hang up.
Now you guys be the judge again. I got the
It's
full.
long.
I've got
This
the
is long,
I
though.
got the full setup and
Why
everything.
so long?
Well, so that way you get the full setup.
The way the Wall of Truth works is you
Stop
sort of
for a
just have
second.
to answer.
How come we don't How come we don't have the Wall of Truth? Come on, George, let's get on it.
What
Let's
the
get
hell?
Well, we have the Wall of Truth.
I'll get on it.
Autumn,
Yeah,
are
right.
you are you agreeing?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Are you agreeing to the Wall of Truth? Are
before
you-
I'm on the Wall of Truth, I will say I'm definitely interested in the Wall of Truth.
Okay, then now it's time for me to ask you the question, and now you have to say the truth. Do you do you respect and admire Eric Von Hessler?
Oh no, I don't know what's happening.
Oh,
My
it's
audio.
just is there stuff going down
Oh
again?
no, there's
Must
a storm.
Wall of Truth went down on a pile of bricks.
Wall of Truth.
All right, so it's a goofy radio thing.
Oh no.
We're gonna make Autumn pay for it.
It's a goofy radio thing.
Yeah,
Like the
it's
Wall
a
of Truth.
bit. It's a bit.
It's a bit.
The way the Wall of Truth works is
Why the
you,
Wall
you
of
sort of
Truth?
just have to answer this question truthfully. And when I was coming up with something to ask you, Keith Urban, if you're happy to play this game, the first thing I thought of, with your beautiful wife, Nicole Kidman, being on so many great movies, TV shows all the time. I watched a movie with her and Zac Efron recently, Family Affair, and I thought
that's a good one.
What does Keith Urban think when he sees his beautiful wife with beautiful younger men like Zac Efron having these beautiful love scenes on TV and radio? Oh, why has that happened? What's just happened to you?
He's disconnected from Zoom.
Did he just hang up on us?
I think his team hung up on us because they didn't want us to ask that
Oh, his
question.
team.
Really?
Yeah.
that's 100%.
Were we
what's
told
happened.
not to ask that?
No.
That's
He's
what's
gone.
happened. Oh
He's
my
gone. Oh,
But he was like smiling.
See you,
I know,
Keith.
but he doesn't like the personal stuff.
What do you
All right.
mean?
Oh,
All
I
right.
knew that would
Get over
happen.
it, people.
No
Get
way,
over
that was
We
the
were
last
upset.
It's nice to
upset,
know
Keith.
that our radio has polluted the entire world.
Yes, it is. They're a few years behind us, but it has
Yeah.
polluted the entire world.
And even like she even plays the woman on the show, like, oh no, that's so sad. He's smiling.
Yeah, okay, you hung up on us, eh?
Here's the
Yeah, right.
my message to radio people here and abroad. Never accept an interview with anybody who has a team that is listening to the interview. That's not a real interview. The team's job is to make sure whatever is being sold gets out. Your job is to entertain the audience. These are two things that don't go together. So only say yes to interviews of people who are willing to be interviewed. And if they don't like a question, they can tell you to go to hell or whatever. The human beings do that, you know. But probably Keith Urban is probably like, why'd you end that? It wasn't that bad of a question. It was
No,
goofy.
not at all.
But it was asked in the most, you know, it was not asked in a crass way or anything
We're
like
trying
that.
to be respectful.
Yeah, I mean, and also it's a
It's a
question.
beautiful love scene.
Would have been nice if he had answered the question.
Yeah, and okay, Max, you've had a few. so you
Oh,
know how
man,
you
it
are.
bothered me, I
You know
know.
how.
It's a little bit aggro.
Yeah, we know how you get when you've had a few too many there, Max. So. I think that if you ask Keith Urban right now, he'd be like, "Oh, I would have answered the question." I mean, that'd be my guess. But you have these people who are paid, and here's the people that are on these teams. Don't ask us to interview the person you want interviewed if you don't want them to answer questions. That should be very simple. And it's always like right after some huge thing is in the news. Well, he doesn't want you to ask about that. Oh, so you want my audience to think I'm a moron? Is that what you're asking? Is it really? Is my show that poor that I need you that badly that I will actually set myself up as a moron who doesn't ask about the biggest story in the last 6 months in this person's life? It's not worth it. Sit down, think a little longer. You can fill the airtime. You don't need it. Never, ever agree to interview somebody on your show that has a team that's listening. It's just that simple.
That being said, if you want to interview Eric Von Hessler, Autumn and I will be attending.
I'm going to be on somebody's podcast. I don't even know what it is. I don't know how the guy got my email. He's like, "Hey, we got a little podcast. I'll tell you what it is later."
You're not going in person, are you?
I might. I like better. I like being there better. I don't like being remote. I find that those interviews they get weird. Not weird in
They'll ask you about your wife's
No,
sex
in
scene.
tone. I just mean, it's just not natural. You don't talk to people, when you're sitting with people. But it's not like anybody else has asked me to do their damn podcast. So,
Do you have any untouchable questions?
No, I don't have any untouchable questions. Matter of fact, if you asked me a question that I didn't want to answer, I would either play dumb or I would just say, I don't want to answer that. That's
You would just hang up?
Yeah, I would just hang up on people. I mean, what is it that you could ask me that would be so horrible that I wouldn't answer?
Who's your favorite porn star?
My favorite porn star?
Do you love your children?
Click.
Hold on.
Which child's your favorite?
Hold on.
Click.
Hold on.
What's your favorite Beatles record?
Okay, that's too much. That's too much. Depends on the day of the week. Depends on the month of the year.
There are 8 days, you know.
Not
yeah,
really.
I'll get that. I'm gonna say a song.
Maybe my least favorite Beatles song. Right now it's hanging in there with the White Album, has been for a little while, but that changes over time.
A lot of crap on that one.
Well, excuse me?
Say there's a lot of crap on that one.
No, there's not. There's a
Should have been condensed down into one.
No, it would not. No, it
one
never.
album.
Oh,
that
they
is
need to
the
edit it
biggest
out, didn't they?
load of crap. The White Album would have been terrible as one
This is
single
good
album.
Radio, Mike.
Huh?
This is good radio.
Yeah, look into the glass onion.
Yeah, Glass Onion, great song.
Yeah.
Glass Onion's a great song.
Even Revolution #9.
Number 9.
Why didn't they put You know my name. Look up the number on that.
Do you know the two songs that weren't on there that came out right at the same time? This is
What?
how great that
Hey
band
Jude?
was. Yeah, Hey Jude.
Mm-hmm.
And what was on the other side of Hey Jude? Wasn't Lady Madonna came out around that same period of time.
Penny Lane should have been on Sgt. Pepper, though.
Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields both would have been on.
They should have
Sgt. Pepper. Strawberry Fields was the first song they recorded, but they just kept releasing singles. That's the weird thing about the Beatles. You can get all their albums and still not have like half their hits.
So we're going to open up the phone lines and figure out whether or not Keith Urban hung up or.
Do I have to answer them?
Yeah,
you're
Paul.
going to screen him.
You're
All right,
here.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. My guess is that his team just ended the call because they're paid to be cowards. And first of all, don't have a team. Just show up, sit down, answer the questions, get in your car, drive away. That's what I'm going to do on this podcast it's a neighborhood podcast. They talk about the neighborhood.
What neighborhood?
I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.
Man.
Union City.
I don't even know how they got my email.
Union City.
Probably
Boy, I miss
You really
Shannon
don't know
Mall.
anything about this?
Huh?
This is weird that you don't know anything about it.
No, it's just people. No, it's a real thing. They're just they're normal people. But
No,
I
I'm not saying
like
that.
I
I'm
like
saying,
the
why don't you
idea.
know anything
I
about
like the idea that
I'm not asking if they're weird.
that they had the nads just to go ahead and just email me and ask me. I was like, oh, okay, they just started this podcast, so I'm going to be on there. I'll tell you more about it once it's.
Okay.
I haven't approved that.
Yeah.
How
Don't
do you
mention
know?
WSB.
Yeah, don't mention WSB. Yeah, I'm on this radio station. You never know if my mood's right. I could be very glass half full or half empty. About radio, not about WSB. Obviously, I love WSB. I'm just giving people reasons to tune in. And here's the scary part. What if it's a new podcast about a neighborhood thing, and then I show up and I do one, and it's the least listened to episode they have? That's when I'll know.
That's embarrassing.
It's over. Sorry, I can't hear you. Alex Williams is tracking delays in the rain on 400. It rhymes. Go for it, Alex.
Yeah, and it's been getting a little bit better as one rain shower has at least moved through for now. We'll keep an eye on more of them to come through. 400 northbound, still slow, usually cleaned up this time of night, but you're still seeing the brake lights from Abernathy Road as you make your way up past Northridge Road, exit 6. Southbound, still a little sluggish out of Roswell into Sandy Springs, but that's getting better. And much better news on the south side. All lanes are back open. The crash is cleared. 75 southbound, Highway 138, exit number 228. Now we got our eyes on a few trouble spots on I-75 in Marietta, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, first one's a stalled vehicle knocking out one left lane, 75 southbound. Your exit 261 in Delk Road, causing you a little bit of stop and go as you're approaching 285. But on the opposite side of that, 75 northbound, all lanes temporarily held right now to clear an incident off to the shoulder near South Marietta Parkway, exit 263. That's causing those delays to stack up as you're leaving the 285 perimeter. This report sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value at Sam's Club till July 22nd? Prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like ice cream. So sign up for a membership and join at samsclub.com/join. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia.
I am deeply concerned about the impact that this bill may have on Georgia.
Across the U.S.
President Trump's big, beautiful bill passes the Senate.
And around the world.
The Trump administration is ending temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants.
We've got it covered.
There are some concerns about how these changes may impact everyday Americans.
The vice president votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
It's our 20th anniversary at North Georgia Replacement Windows, and we're celebrating with our biggest sale in company history.
It's Ted and Jonathan. For a limited time, save 25% on beautiful Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows and doors.
Celebrate with us and upgrade your home's energy efficiency, comfort, and curb appeal. Window and door shopping made simple.
Hurry, 25% savings ends July 31st.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
Hi, it's Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack. Bigger isn't always better. Don't let the big companies fool you. Atlanta Ramjack is the leader in foundation repair. Whether it's residential or commercial, Ramjack is the most reliable, technically capable company in the business. Our staff has the most experience in solving difficult foundation problems. No one can match our expertise in foundation repair. Ramjack fixes the issues other companies can't. Go to AtlantaRamjack.com to set up your free estimate.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. George Stein has been a personal and professional friend for decades. He literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. I trust him, and you can too. GeorgeStein.com.
Hi, I'm Trisha, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Are you looking for a style that's classic, modern, vintage, or something in between? Not sure? At Shane Company, we're here to help. We have so much style under one roof because a friend knows you like options. Drop by or visit us at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. It's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see "Get a phone on us," get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Well, we just had to know. This Dr. Joe is up next. Paul Stanley, you're still on the clock.
Well, he's got Post Malone news after this. This
Paul,
is big.
Entertainment News International.
Post
Stanley.
Malone?
You know Post Malone.
He's Tattoo Face?
Otherwise known as
That's
Tattoo
what I
Face.
call him,
yeah.
Tattoo Face.
So I found out Dr. Joe is filling in for Shelley Winter. And so I was wondering, well, what is Dr. Joe going to talk about? And Dr. Foe had some ideas.
Well, everybody's talking.
Wait, that wasn't right.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the big, beautiful bill, but what I want to know is, did Israel allegedly violate the ceasefire?
Is this the kind of thing we're going to get from Dr. Joe, or is it going to be nutrition and warts and
I'll
things
do the
like
politics of nutrition. How about that?
Okay,
there we go. There we go.
Okay, so you're not gonna come in and do like a political Shelley Winter show.
No, I'm not that good. Come on, he's
Well,
the master.
What you call it down there in what you call it Alligator Alcatraz? Do they have good food? Well, they can eat the reptiles.
Dr. Shelley.
By the way, one of the best ways to get a meal is to stop by a gas station and get some fried chicken and some mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
So what you call it?
And what you call it? The beans. Let's talk about the politics of the liver.
So you will be talking about the politics of nutrition.
Yeah, don't be like the Liver King and get all, the steroids and all that. He said he just ate liver and then all, miracle. And then threatened Joe Rogan. It's not going to work.
Yeah. He doesn't know who the Liver King is.
I don't know who the Liver King is. No, you got me on that
Dr.
one.
Joe, he hears the Liver King. He thinks, is there a new competitor in town?
I'll crush
Do
him
I have
like
to-
a flea.
Do I have to fight the Liver King now? Is this Post Malone stuff good enough that I should try to get to it?
It's very sad.
Well, I don't want to end on a sad note.
Well, he's breaking up
He
with his
didn't
girl.
kill her.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the music.
So that's the news, Paul. Entertainment News International. Stanley. He did not kill his.
That's right. They just broke up.
That's good.
I
I'm
feel
all
bad
for that.
This is Christy Lee, right?
I'm all for it. Right, Autumn. It's better to break up than engage in murder, right?
I think
Hey, extremes. Absolutely.
She woke up, looked over, and said, "Oh my God, look at this guy's face."
Oh, why? Because he doesn't have makeup on?
No,
like
he has
you?
tattoos. and
Okay.
Scared
Well,
him.
you put stuff on your face too.
Not in the bedroom.
Not permanently.
Remember,
glass houses, my friend.
This Christy Lee was very talented. She's the one that was like the girl automotive TV personality.
Oh, yeah.
The girl automotive TV personality.
Yeah. Like, how many girls do you know that do the automotive?
That screams Autumn Fisher to me. That's
yeah.
The only one in my heart is Autumn Fisher.
She was on the Garage Squad, all girls garage.
All right.
So she's single. She's single now. That's a good sign. I gotta look her up.
Hey, she's available, Dr. Joe.
That's right.
All right. That music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. We're good people. Dr. Joe is in for Shelley Winter. Coming up next.
Shelley, you're not here. I thought you were here today.
Yeah, maybe he'll call in. Is he still in Jamaica?
I think so, yeah.
Blasted out of his mind. I'm sure he's having a great time. All right. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Don't.